Welcome, ladies and gents. We are in the round of 32. Sorry, that needs to be fixed on screen. We are in the round of 32, and on this particular day, there are 10 sets of round of 32 action. So for people watching later on YouTube, it's actually going to be tough. We will have some full sets, of course, from the round of 32, but some sets get missed because we have a condensed timeline, and everyone's scheduled for the same day. We've got Sebastian Seed 4 in this tournament, the definite favorite, and he is playing as the Koreans. Real quick, can we put the Uruguayan in blue and the Taiwanese player in red? I feel like it will be better if Sebastian is in blue, but I don't know. They chose different colors. They're really close together here. Really close together. We got Koreans for Sebastian, and then we got Bohemians for Sora Kuma. And, well, we got this flag here. Sorry. We got this dock here for Sora Kuma, so it's actually pretty close to his TC. And then the dock is down here for Sebastian. But, like, it's kind of difficult for these players to get gold without venturing too far away. Sora Kuma's going to have to find the gold down here. And then Sebastian, he does have the gold, but where's he going to take stone? He might need to take the stone between them. And so both of these civilizations, need stone to go for their standard plays. Now we're probably naturally going to see the water play, but this is a gen which gets crazy. There's so much space over here which is free. We might not see it play a big role. I guess maybe a little bit easier for Sebastian to breathe here. Just like more space to drop TCs and such. But yeah. Now the players need to find the enemy TCs. They need to find the enemy docks. So no indicator so far for Sora Kuma that his opponent's over here. But he is scouting the shoreline here. And he's scouted on both sides. So he will probably soon find Sebastian's dock. He still doesn't know about a gold, which is really rough for him. He did bring in the first rhino. He does have some buffaloes around, but he's going to want another rhino. That villager's going to go scouting right now. And then Sebastian scouting this shoreline. And then he's going to find the landlock here. So Sebastian is scouting here as well. I think he's going to find his opponent's dock in time. So, and I think the weird thing's going to be they don't know the TCs are close. They'll find the docks. They'll make decisions based on that. But they don't know about the TCs. Sebastian does have a second rhino. So he can get that in a second. But Sora Kuma does not. So this could affect Sora Kuma's ability to go fast feudal, basically. If he just sends a villager here, he'll find the stone and gold. He doesn't see a single stone and gold nearby. He does have this one all the way down here. And then the dock has been found. So I think Bohemians would want to play through everything in Castle Age. I think they'd want to go for monks. They'd want to go for maybe the Hussite wagons. The Koreans typically want to get to Castle Age for the towers. Oh my god, Sebastian lost a vill. Sebastian loses a villager, bringing in the rhino to start things off. So Sora Kuma doesn't know this, but the fact that he doesn't have that extra rhino isn't actually as big a deal now that his opponent's down a vill. But will they find each other here? 8 a.m. for me. Normally not up. Casting a tournament this time. Good morning, guys. We got like an 8 or 9 hour day of round of 32 action. Sebastian needs to house trick this. It looked like he tried before. Dude, you can lose another vill to this. Oh my goodness, stressing me out here. Really waiting for the last second, and then the pathing pulled the villager to the side, and Sebastian is not making it easy for me to wake up here and chill this morning. Sora Kuma found this rhino and did a bunch of house tricks and palisades to bring the rhino in. So finally found one. And is going to make use of the middle pond. So I want to talk about this with Sora Kuma. So the Taiwanese community have a lot of players above 2K. Okay, some of them played in this tournament, some of them did not. But like, they will spend a lot of their days just playing Nomad team games. Similar, the Chinese community is the same. Vietnam has it. It's just a big like, Asian AoE2 thing. It's just Nomad, 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 Nomad. And so there's certain things that people do when they're experienced with Nomads, such as see a middle pond and think, ooh, I can sneak some fish. So I really think Sora Kuma is expecting to lose these fish because a lot of the meta these days is for the standard dockville to make a second dock and go out and kill fish with galleys or something. But Sebastian does kind of know there could be a pond there, but he's not going to be able to use his outside navy on the inside fish. This is definitely a fast castle from Kuma. And then the other thing that I wanted to finish saying about Sora Kuma is, and now Dragonstar's beat me to it in chat. Hello, Dragonstar. You putting Cloud, Z40, and Sora Kuma, their builds have all been super good. Like, it's very clear to me that the Taiwanese players, the tag players, all did some, like, training together. And actually, I've spoken to MBL. So MBL recently joined tag. Look at that mining camp. And MBL said that he practiced a little bit with Sora Kuma. So this was MBL's exact words. He was like, I said, MBL, your builds were insane, whatever. You looked so fresh. I, like, congratulated him on the win. And he was like, thanks. I trained with Sora Kuma. Normally, I don't bother. And then he did the little, like, tonguey smiley face. And I was like, oh, really? Normally you don't bother? I'm so surprised by that. MBL's looked really good. And MBL is so much of a threat if he can train with people who have some really nice builds. And I was really excited to hear that. Okay, so Sebastian, he still hasn't seen his opponent is up. He sees the opponent's walls here. So he knows the opponent's got to be beyond there. What he won't see is the dock, unless the outpost has crazy vision. Yeah. But funnily enough, if he builds one more outpost, he will see the dock. Oh, he Korean Vills as well. Might actually be able to give him the vision there. It might not feel like it's that big a deal, but when you're going fast castle, you need that additional food income. And so he's getting the value from these fishing ships. They will go down, and Sebastian's committing so many galleys to water. And he doesn't know that his opponent's utilizing the middle fish. Like, in my opinion, Sebastian, he's not really a player I'd ever attribute being really good on Nomad. So, obviously, the 4th seed, it's all based on other tournament results throughout the year, which is, of course, deserved. But I'm not seeing what I consider to be the correct plays based on what we know. Like, he could have just gone 2 galleys and then immediately made a bunch more fish on the outside. But he's investing a lot into water here. And then, not only is it maybe a little bit too much investment here, he doesn't know about this. And so Sora Kuma's up to castle age. Sora Kuma's on stone. Sora Kuma's going to drop a castle. Sebastian needs a stone wall. If Sebastian knew that this was going to happen, I think a stone wall across the front so this castle can't be anywhere near you would be really helpful. I'm curious to see what Sora Kuma's plan is here. Will he boom? Will he drop a forward castle? Ah, there we go. The villagers saw it. And so the Korean villager line of sight pays off, and he is going to add a dock. Now, we do actually have a fire galley being added back here from Sora Kuma. And we have a fire galley here from Sora Kuma, so he knows his opponent is adding the dock. Beekeeper. Mihai got admin one over Dark because Dark isn't available to play, basically. We were given more specifics, of course, but it's personal stuff we can't share. So Dark, unfortunately, can't play. Mihai moves on in the round of 32. Sometimes things just happen. So unfortunate. Would have loved to have seen those two play. But would have been most likely what would have happened if Dark would have won the series is Dark wouldn't have been available for the next round. So that would have been a weird situation where one person wins and then we have a, admin win later on. So Galley's double checking from Sebastian. Well played. He's making a lot of fires right now to try and take down these docks. War Galley upgrade is coming in for Sora Kuma, but honestly, I think Sebastian's done a really good job because Sebastian has ensured that he'll reach Castle Age soon. He just needs his market. Actually, I think he needs his blacksmith too. Ooh, this could get really awkward. There's the castle as well. Okay, he must have had the blacksmith somewhere. My bad. But yeah. So Sebastian's going to click up. He's got great fishing ship control. And the upgraded ships from Sora Kuma, he can't really make a lot of them. Like, if he could sneak down here and kill all the fish, that'd be sick. But he might just try and fight this off. I think the best play for Sora Kuma is actually to hop out of the dock and just sail down there to try and kill the fish. And then focus on the monks and focus on the wagons. Oh, yeah. Okay, the blacksmith's part of the wall. Forgot about that. We'll see if Sora Kuma can get a boom going on the back of this. Losing the 4 fish in the middle would kind of be an awkward situation. He's going to go for conversions on the ship. And he gets it. That's not bad. I mean, the 4 fishing ships aren't hugely important to his long-term food eco now. Okay, this is huge. Sora Kuma is just desperately trying to run down here to snipe the fish. And Sebastian's tracking that very nicely. In fact, look at the block. Yeah, Sebastian's going to get the kill. That was really well played from Sebastian. That's worth it. You lose 1 fishing ship, you kill that, make sure this doesn't get harassed. The Hussite wagons are about to break through the wall, though. And if they break through the wall, this could be an issue. Also, if this dock gets taken out, can they not just run around on the shoreline? The dock is actually the weakest part of the wall. Sebastian's going to drop a siege workshop for mangonels. Makes a lot of sense. Sora Kuma doesn't have a ton of food eco, but it's enough. Second TC now. Also has a relic. Wagons are going to break down this house pretty quickly. Mangonels need to come out. Typically, once the wagons are out, the monks will get redemption to convert any siege that comes out to kill the wagons. So, just an awkward situation for Sebastian. Yes, he has the eco lead, but it's just ever so slight. And these wagons are really strong. And he's just trying to buy himself a little bit of time till he gets the mangonels out. But Sora Kuma hasn't seen the mangonels. And look at that. Sebastian actually started the wall again because he knew when the dock went down that the units could run on the shoreline there. That's really smart. And I think Kuma is probably a little distracted with his eco. He might not notice the mangonel is there. He does notice right away. Really nice reactions. Saves the mangonel. And I think the next play would be for Sora Kuma to go for redemption. Snag redemption. And with redemption, you can just convert the siege. I really think Sebastian needs stone income right now. He needs vills on stone for towers. Okay, he's just sending the vills to stone now. He's not going to have enough for a tower for a little while here. And if he loses this hill, I mean, look at all the eco that's at the bottom of this hill. It feels like he needs to defend this hill or Sora Kuma is going to be in such a good position. 2 TCs for Sora Kuma. No farms yet, but still taking the hunt, still taking the berries. And redemption's 20 seconds away. I think Sebastian almost expects this at this point. And so he buys a little bit of stone here. He'll probably try and drop off right there to get a tower down. But dude, this timing is crazy. I mean, if Sora Kuma moves in right now, he could convert the siege and stop that tower. I think he's just waiting till he gets to a second monk. Doesn't know the tower's coming up, of course. Ooh, big shot from Sebastian. And the tower is going to be a game changer here because the tower can go up and kill the monks, guys. So the siege, it's doing its job. The tower is going to do its job. And Sora Kuma is diving underneath the tower. But he can't bring in the monks to protect his wagons now, and he has to back away. That tower was huge. If Sebastian did not have that tower, he probably loses everything there. With the tower, he still has some issues potentially. He does notice the monk doesn't have sanctity. So Sora Kuma had to back away. And Sebastian. Did Sebastian lose all of his fish? Sebastian lost all of his fish to that fire galley. Wow, Sora Kuma. So we missed it. Sora Kuma just killed the Vil, but Sora Kuma killed all the fish with 1 or 2 fires down there. How is he able to do that? There's so much Navy from Sebastian, and Sebastian was so distracted he just didn't notice it. That's a game changer. It was supposed to be Sebastian on 8 to 10 fishing ships, and Sora Kuma on 0. But Sora Kuma's got 4 still working, and now Sebastian needs to add more. Res collected is higher for Sora Kuma. And even though Sebastian's trying to re-wall here, the only reason he's moving out to attack the monks is just because he doesn't see Sanctity yet. But once Sanctity's in, the siege can't be doing that. And Sora Kuma is in a nice little position here. Sanctity's still not in, funnily enough. And Sora Kuma is actually sending his wagons down this way. Down here in the south, Sora Kuma, 3rd TC, outposts. He sees the stone. He sees the gold. How many people are going to be able to spread out, get vision elsewhere, and push when you started in such a tight little spot? Sora Kuma, just so good on Nomad. Still keeping Sebastian guessing here with the monks. And now the wagons show up, and Sebastian actually realizes that. Well played from Sebastian to notice. But Sebastian doesn't have any control over this game. He just deleted this mangonel because it was going to be converted. He's off of this stone and gold now. So he doesn't have stone income. He doesn't really have map control. And Sora Kuma's got like crazy farm eco, gold eco, stone eco. Like, if you didn't know any better, at least based on this game, Sora Kuma, the favorite, or what, you know, would maybe be seen as the favorite. Don't want to speak too soon. I think I spoke too soon. He's clearly a little distracted. Maybe here with the monks, maybe back on water. Here he'll kill some Vils, push forward with the monks. His wagons do go down, though. And that's a little wasteful for Sora Kuma. I think this was a nice distraction. If he could have kept that moving there. But too much to focus on. Sebastian can get back on stone. Sebastian can get back on gold. But we have Imperial Age for Sora Kuma, who, by the way, we talk about Sebastian. We're like, oh, he's like this young player. He's risen up through the ranks of the last few years. So Sora Kuma is also around Sebastian's age. Sora Kuma, I remember being seen as one of the best up-and-coming players back in 2020. And I don't know, there was just a period of a year or two where he just stopped playing. But in the last year and a half, he's been back at really grinding and playing really well. It'd be interesting. I want to talk to him about his full story if I ever get an opportunity, actually. But, hey, he's really good. And particularly on different maps where you can benefit from preparation, he's been super prepared this tournament. What is Sebastian supposed to do? It feels like if Sora Kuma can get a castle on this hill and trebuchets, it's over. But he's actually going to drop a castle down here. And maybe his focus is going to be on pressuring both sides. More wagons coming through. Now, this is a lot of wagons, so they can take out the mangonels now. And that's exactly what they do. They will still get crumpled pretty quickly. But Monk converts a mangonel here. And so that's another mangonel down. And it is looking more and more difficult, the more we look at this, for Sebastian to really have an answer. He had an answer to the wagons, but then he couldn't catch up with the eco. I mean, he couldn't keep his fish alive because of Sora Kuma's sneakiness. And Sebastian hasn't even clicked up to Imp yet. Sora Kuma 30 seconds away from completing chemistry. And then he can make bombard cannons. Could see a Treb from here, start to push these TCs. That's actually the Imp TC. And Monks going for a mangonel conversion again underneath the tower, and he gets it. You know, I just realized there's no fletching for Sebastian. So with no fletching, no bodkin, the towers weren't actually helping out against the monks as much as he would have liked. Sora Kuma does lose the monks, but he's still in the back of Sebastian's eco. And he's still just harassing in so many different ways right now. He's going to drop another castle over here. We'll see if he can do that. I think if he had the monks to convert this mangonel, he could. Doesn't have enough, so he'll wait. Drop a barracks, maybe add a bombard cannon. Sebastian losing villagers, dropping gates. Sebastian's army has mainly been mangonels this game. It's just been siege. Makes sense. But guys, I've been talking about it for so long. Like, for those that watch Titans League with Season 3, where we had Zawal, how many games did we see where someone would add the Hussite wagons, and then the second Hussite wagons are out, the opponent goes siege, and then the Bohemian player just goes monks to convert the siege? It was so frequent. Smart players will do that. Obviously, there are players who will just fully commit to the wagons, but the wagons have at least been balanced in a way where if you full commit to the wagons, they will still get completely crushed by siege. But when you have such a good monk tech tree, the follow-up is key here. Again, a little waste from Sora Kuma, though. Like, I think he could have saved a lot of these wagons. Those wagons there should not have gone down. He could have backed away, and now his trebs as well are exposed. The Sora Kuma is probably focused over here, but he might lose his trebuchets. It looks like he notices. He's going to lose one. But then here, he's adding hand cannons. There's still no army for Sebastian. Sebastian's going to lose all of his vills. He's going to lose his TC, lose his stone control, and a forward castle from Sora Kuma on Sebastian's face right now. Mango defense could just be converted again. And if Sora Kuma sees this castle, he can just shift his Treb and his bombard cannon directly over to it and start to try and push that down. Seems like it's going to be bombard cannon defense for Sebastian, but he has to wait for chemistry. Lovely play from Sora Kuma. Crazy. He's just so good. But, like, I'm sure we're going to be saying the same about Sebastian, because Sebastian is such a quality player, but I would have banned out Nomad against Sora Kuma. Like, take it to the other maps. Obviously, it's a Nomad tournament. But true Nomad is just something that Sora Kuma is incredibly talented on. And castle being repaired nonstop for Sebastian. He's dropping ranges. I think he might try his own hand cannons, but he's stuck in this tiny little section of the map. He's fully surrounded. Sebastian needs to hope his trebs can hit the bombard cannons. Nice micro from Sora Kuma. Might get unlucky, though. Yep, classic. So he loses his cannon. We've all been there. Here there's wagons. Here there's trebs. Here there's monks. I think that maybe another siege workshop for Sora Kuma just so we can get more bombard cannons would be the play. But even if he doesn't take this castle down, this is the only castle Sebastian will ever get. Sebastian doesn't... Ooh. Okay, well, Sebastian's sneaking some vills to stone, but Sebastian really shouldn't have access to a lot of stone. If Sora Kuma notices this... Oh my god, and he can't see it! Okay, that is such a big deal. If this game continues to go on... it looks like... Still... continuous pressure with trebuchets, with bomber cannons for Sora Kuma. That stone income is not going to be enough for Sebastian to repair this castle for very long. Trebuchets need to be repaired, though. Can Sebastian hold this? Sebastian takes one of the trebs. He's going to take the second treb as well. He might lose his own. He has no gold income now, actually. He is going to lose his own. Yeah, so he's got... The only gold income he really would have had are these two tiles. It feels like Sora Kuma can always make more army if he loses it. And Sebastian's completely at the limit here. And if this castle falls, I think Sebastian falls game one. And GG. What a performance from Sora Kuma. Now, there was a lot that happened early Castle Age with how Sora Kuma played this that was just so impressive to me. I think first off, the recognition of using the middle pond was quite smart. And then applying the pressure with the wagons, going into Redemption to to push it all back was great. But guys, remember, he didn't just do that. He also had the second TC. He also had a really nice farm transition. And then also, he was outposting the south to see if there's any expansion, which helped later. And at some point, unfortunately, I didn't show it, he had a fire galley sneak down here, a rogue fire galley, and kill 8 fishing ships. Sebastian had the water locked down, or so he thought. And the sneak fire galley killed Sebastian's eco advantage. And then from there, Sora Kuma was just kind of flying. Game 1 goes to the underdog here. Sora Kuma with, well, KD is pretty much even. I guess some of that has to do with the fact that Sebastian maybe lost a villager to a boar. But the resources were just sky high. That's crazy. Super good play to open it up. 39k res collected for Sora Kuma. 4 seed may be in trouble here this morning. Maybe. In the red, folks, we got Sebastian again. And Sebastian lost the first game to a stellar performance from Sora Kuma. Sebastian goes for Dravidians here. And Dravidians are top tier. We've seen them picked all the time. But Celts. This is the last pick for Sora Kuma. This is a bit of a wild card pick. You think about Celts. You think about their Siege. Could we potentially see an all-in play with Siege? It's going to be hard to eat the TC, but maybe you could eat the docks. I don't know. But then you also think about the wood chopping. And so that additional wood income is going to actually be quite helpful on a map where you spend a lot of that wood on water. And, well, most things. Fishing ships, archers. You see a lot of that. So, yeah, I could see the Celts maybe working. I mean, if Sora Kuma wins with Celts here, he hasn't used his top pick yet. He still has his top 2 picks. He will then use his last pick against Sebastian's second pick. So that it would be pretty incredible victory. If he loses, though, it's kind of like, oh, whatever, we gave it a shot. And he's still in a pretty good spot as he gets to pick his home map. So, yeah, Soul Scour. I'll add the logo just in case there's any confusion. I'll make sure you guys know what tournament you're watching. And there you go. Thanks for the reminder. So, Woodline on the back here for Sebastian. Woodline on the back here for Sora Kuma. There's not too much else to really focus on except for dock positions, which should happen about now. So there's going to be the dock. Well, first the house and then the dock for Sora Kuma. It is pretty possible for both to wall up and use a corner to boom. Like, the corner could be pretty safe. I could see that. Walls to the shoreline on both sides. Especially here for Sebastian, a wall across here would keep him safe. But the thing about this map is sometimes you're just not safe because they come and they dock your pond. So we'll see what the approach is there. The Sora Kuma docking the front, which is good. You should always dock on the outside on this map because you can use the villagers on 2 additional shorefish, which can really help. Extra 400 food is no joke. Sora Kuma found a couple extra water buffalo. He'll eventually ferry into his TC probably when the shorefish are gone. Also got similar thing here for Sebastian with 2 water buffaloes. And we're chilling, chat. I still need to drink my coffee. It's not even 9 a.m. for me yet. The scouts are going to be scouting the map. And eventually they'll find... You're basically looking for the water. So they'll find the water. And then they'll already have built up a decision on if they're going to go forward to dock. Or if they're going to be paranoid. Wait for the opponent to come through to dock them. But the more houseboat that's played, the more players are very defensive of their water instead of aggressive. Again, with the logic being, if they come to dock me... I already have 1 dock here. It's so much easier for me to add like 1 or 2 more than what they have. Because I'm ahead by 1 dock. And then plus when you see it, they're just building their dock. And you have all that time to make your own fire galleys. But, I mean, if you make a ton of ships and defend your own water, you just made a bunch of ships that can't do anything long term. So, I don't know. Sora Kuma is up. You wouldn't really expect the Kelp player to be able to click up faster. Dravidian should have a little bit more flexibility there. And then there goes Sebastian. Sebastian's going to send Vils to wood. Some Vils to gold. And again, like he could, if he wants to, go forward and dock right now. But he hasn't scouted his opponent yet. He seems to be more so paranoid about getting docked forward. So I think he's going to play defensively here. And here comes Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma, he does know the water's over here. And so he's going to bring some offense here to the equation. And he's going to see that the dock, he saw the house, he doubles back. Does Sebastian notice this? Guys, Sebastian needs to notice this. If Sebastian notices this, he can get the second dock down and be prepared. I think the plan would still be for a second dock so he could add fishing ships. But this is like Houseboat 101. You scout your shoreline. You keep an eye on it. I think just earlier he did, so he thinks he's fine. It looks like he's even following the scout, thinking that the Vils are going to be coming in this way, but that's not the case. There is a dock on Sebastian's pond. Okay, and Sebastian notices, actually. So he could still adapt just fine here. And so it might not be the end of the world. Sebastian also seems to realize that if he fights back with Vils and his Vils are weak, he can just hop in his transport ship. So fire galleys are on the way for Sora Kuma. Yeah, Sebastian's definitely just planning on saving his Vils in the transport. Nice shot from Sebastian so far. He killed the scout, is keeping his own scout around, is bringing a Vil to make sure that more docks can't go up. But, oh, dude, you cannot lose that transport ship, Sebastian. I guess for a little while you can go without it because you have the water buffaloes. Oh my god, and Sebastian is chasing this Vil, and he doesn't get this Vil. And so Sora Kuma quickly just gets some quick walls down. Sebastian's trying to use his own transport. I don't think you can get in there. He's trying. What? I didn't even know you could do that. Oh my god. Okay, well, Sebastian might be able to deny that dock then after all. But now a fire galley's coming in. And now the villager is trapped because there's no transport ship. And so the villager's going to go down for both, I think. Sora Kuma runs. Sora Kuma dies. What a sequence of events. Dude, I didn't think it was possible to get your villager in there. If you're Sebastian. So Sebastian's still trying to defend. You've got villagers inside of this transport having the time of their lives. They have to hop out of the transport and repair. Sora Kuma is just YOLOing everything he can to try and take out the transport ship. But it's not going to work. Sebastian defends. The thing is, there's always going to be more fires and demos coming. And you're still always making... Ooh, looks like the villager died here, too. Sebastian chased that down still, the whole way. Yeah, like, you're always going to be investing into an area where the Navy doesn't help you. So, you can't afford to lose your water, because then life's going to be horrible. But also, you don't want to overproduce in your own water. It's really tricky. Barracks is actually up for Sora Kuma. He's just going to add spears. And he only has 3 fishing ships behind this. It's not like he's got a crazy fishing ship count. And Sebastian's already queuing up 5 more fish. But there's only 300 food remaining to fish from. So that's going to have to be fish traps, and that takes some time, right? Sora Kuma just sailing around. And Sora Kuma building an archery range here right next to Sebastian, but Sebastian just can't see it. And Sora Kuma still just sailing around. He's looking for the transport ship, guys. Is he going to get it? He gets it. Dude, it's like, I'm not sure if it's going to pan out, but it's clear to me that Sora Kuma said, screw the fish, man. I want that transport. And so now Sebastian's going to have to make another transport ship. And Sebastian did walk by this range, or sorry, the barracks, I guess, shows him the range, so he knows there could be some archer pressure. Kuma coming back in. And we've got a repair villager on the dock. I mean, we'll see how well this works. He's trying to make a demo to hop out and hit fires right now. If he had that demo actually out and he wasn't housed at the moment, this would be really good. He's super housed. Sebastian clicks up. I think advantage Sebastian here, guys. And Sebastian also kills the repairville. So the dock will likely go down. Sebastian walls up. He's got a range on both sides of his base to make archers. And he's got the fishing ship. So I think all of his wood would be dropping fish traps here. Also, Vico, if you have any questions about that, can you not use my Twitch chat for that and like go to like talk to an admin or something? Like creating like some type. I know you're being like, you're not coming off super negatively about it, but it's just like creating discourse about something that seems like you don't know. And I'd prefer we're focused on the games right now. I think Sebastian, as long as he gets a couple fish traps out and drops that second TC, he's going to be good. But you have to worry when you're making archers up against the potential siege. That's where the worry sets in here against the Celts. I mean, in a normal game, but it's Houseboat. I don't know how normal it even is to pick Celts here in the first place. Could always, in theory, sneak another dock. If you sneak another dock, you could try and make some demos. But again, Sebastian's got 3 now. He already has some ships. Don't know how good that would be. And Sora Kuma is far from walled on this side. I mean, this is super ambitious. He doesn't know that Sebastian's going to have this army coming forward. And so I think if Sebastian moves in with this army, Sora Kuma's got big problems. He can't exactly push with his own army because Sebastian knows it's coming. Sebastian expects it. Sebastian is fortifying up. There's a hole here, which I guess Sora Kuma didn't see. He's going to try and plug that gap. But dude, all Sebastian needed to do is just go this way, but he doesn't know. He doesn't have the scouting. That's the beauty of scouting for you. And now Sebastian's thinking there's a hole here, and he could just move through. And if there's a hole, he could go in and he could slaughter, but there's not going to be a hole anymore. Sora Kuma saw the spear, adapted to it, played very well. Also, this same thing extends to, like... Vico, do you see my point now? It's whatever. Chat could just be chat. You guys use chat as a place to talk and hang out, I guess. Oh, demo would be sick here. Demo would be sick. Demo would be sick. Will the crossbows go through? Will the crossbows go through? Oh, Sebastian baited him. Sebastian knew that flag must have meant something. And Sebastian went up. And then he backed away. The demo's a waste. And now the crossbows are through. Amazing play from Sebastian. That was sick. He kind of went back and forth 2 or 3 times there. And Sora Kuma couldn't help himself and popped out finally. But yeah, guys, I think... Also, that's on, like, pretty crazy ping as well. Because this is Uruguay to Taiwan. Or whatever server they're playing on is probably, like, 150 ping. For as good as Sora Kuma looked in the first game, Sebastian has looked just as good here in the second game. Super smooth adaptations. 3 town centers. Taking some of the hunt. Adding fish traps. Defended from the attack. Counterattack is very nice. The Sora Kuma doesn't have near the fish setup. And he doesn't really have the map control either. I mean, he might... I guess he has these walls. So in theory, he could be booming here. But if this army comes through, and it already has, it kind of cuts you off from being able to take those resources. Sebastian is going to drop siege. Sebastian is going to bring in a lot of crossbows here as well. Yeah, I don't know the exact distance between Taiwan and Uruguay. I have no idea what server they'd be playing on, but it didn't look like there was a lot of ping there when Sebastian was microing, that's for sure. I guess to a certain extent you get used to it, right? Like, I think if you're from Uruguay, like there's a lot of people in the competitive scene from Europe. I think if you're in like South America, Asia, you get used to the higher ping games, and you just have a greater understanding of it just because of the experience. This is the Sebastian that is 4-seed in the world, right? You could see it now. He's just flying ahead in eco, using all that crazy multitasking to expand. He's microing with 4 or 5 different groups, running away with this group, running away with this group. Now he's going to start a siege push on the front. I think what would actually borderline end the game is if Sebastian tried to dock on the front right now and started to take out the transport ship and started to just control the water. But he's got bigger things to worry about. There's siege down here. And this is crazy micro from Sebastian, actually. This is what the Celts want. You want a little bit of a siege push to start to snowball. Especially if there's eco down here. Maybe if this starts to pan out. Maybe Sebastian loses that eco lead somehow. Sebastian does lose these crossbows. But I think Sebastian, he could... Honestly, I wouldn't hate seeing one elephant right now. Players are usually pretty resistant from doing that because they don't want their elephants to get converted. But yeah, you can't make knights. I guess this is an armored elephant. I was talking about a battle elephant because the battle elephants are a little bit faster. But armored elephant could possibly do the job as well. I think this guy's a little too armored. He's a little too slow. This is like me after my Thanksgiving meal. Walking out of the room to go take a nap. Only hopefully there's no siege chasing me. I actually had my Thanksgiving on Sunday. The actual holiday is on Thursday. But we had friends over and... that's exactly what I looked like. That's exactly what I looked like. In fact, one of my friends was like, wait a second, are you an armored elephant, bro? I was like, no, come on, I'm Celts. They don't get that. It was a whole thing. My friends are still noobs at the game, so they couldn't pick up on what civ I was playing. Again, the only thing that is giving Sora Kuma a chance is probably this. Without this, I don't know what else there is to get excited about. He's trying to catch up economically, but it feels like the economy is just way too good for Sebastian. He is actually making a battle elephant. Yo, let's go! This is what I was talking about. Because he hasn't seen a monastery yet. And so I think 2 to 3 battle elephants, you can clear up the entire push. Oof. Big shot. And now this is going to get tricky for Sora Kuma because there's Sebastian's siege and his micro has been insane. Oh my god. And that's just perfect for Sebastian. Battle elephant runs in. We'll probably clear up the rest. And then this whole push is dead. A forward castle from Sebastian to break through the walls. And Sora Kuma, he hasn't actually taken damage at home in a while. So if you're not taking damage at home, you might not immediately tap here. But I think that damage will come. And at least based on what we can see, it's going to be really tough for Sora Kuma to catch up here. Okay, that's a start though. Big attack rounds here with the mangonels. I think it's still cost effective there for Sebastian. He still ended up taking out the mangonel. I think if Sora Kuma gets pressured at all at home, he doesn't have a lot. He does still have a mangonel, I guess. He's got another mangonel here. He's still trying, dude. Like, this is some real stubborn play. It's a weird one when we see Sebastian's got such a big eco lead. But I think... Oof. Really nice shots from Sora Kuma. I think Sora Kuma's doing enough to keep Sebastian busy. And Sebastian doesn't really have a civ where he could break through and do a lot of immediate damage with anything but archers right now. So I think this might go imp. And I mean, if it goes imp and it becomes like Woad Raider, Well, actually, Woad Raiders get completely wrecked by Yurumis. So as much as I want to get excited for Woads, I think that Dravidians could make the Yurumis and still dominate there. I think we're going to have some more time in this game before Sora Kuma wants to give it up. Fully within his rights to keep trying. He doesn't know the population differences. His eco setup is better than it's ever been this game. Imp on the way for Sebastian. Again, almost feels like Sebastian, the best thing he could do would maybe come forward and with 4 Vills and just drop a dock. 2 galleys aren't going to stop that. Then you can start to make fire galleys. Eventually take out multiple TCs around the water here. I think he may focus. Like, he's clearly very frustrated with all of this, because Sora Kuma will just not go away. So I think he's going to focus with taking this out, outposting the sides, getting vision. As long as he knows Sora Kuma is trapped here, he's going to be pretty comfortable this game. Excalibur says, why not breach the walls first and drop the castle on the inside of the wall? Well, remember, Sora Kuma had a mangonel in here. So Sebastian was pretty distracted. I think if he tried to break through a wall and drop a castle with basically no army here when there's siege in there, that's a good way to throw the game. So when you have the lead, you kind of want to keep the lead and be as patient as possible. He wasn't in a position where he needed to drop a castle on the guy's face. And oh my god, Sebastian's micro is insane. That's against Keld firing speed, by the way. Also, Sora Kuma knew it was coming the whole way through. Sebastian didn't. And now he's going to get this castle up. And then he'll be an imp with 2 castles on the front. Sora Kuma is still 3 minutes away from imp, but he will drop this castle at least. I don't think there's much I could suggest to Sora Kuma to do beyond his additional opening. I think he did a really good job, but Sebastian just played better. And we got to see the flexibility of the Dravidians. Early Castle Age, he had so much wood. He had TCs right away. He kept his fish alive, did fish trap with some of them. Bracer on the way for Sebastian now. Again, this is a good move from Sora Kuma. Stonewall up. Stay as protected as you possibly can. But the micro from Sebastian is ridiculous. How does he react that quickly? Oh, okay. A little bit more. Sebastian's trying to become more relatable, guys. He's like, I'm too good with my micro. My fans won't understand me, so they won't cheer for me. But if we do that, people will be like, oh, I'm just like him. Smart tactic. I like it. Great way to win some people over. Sebastian, FYI, don't make mistakes. People will just make fun of you. They will not do what you're thinking. So just keep being a beast. I've tried that technique. Monk going down with the relic. Yikes. Villagers on stone and gold getting sniped. Docks on the front from Sebastian. If there was ever a time to see the Teresa die, and this is not, I don't want your friend Teresa to die. I'm talking about the ship. The Teresa die. This would be it. He's going to go fast fires, though. Fast fires, probably the best thing to open with. But then he could go for the Teresa die. That's a unique ship for the Dravidians. These archers somehow are still alive. I don't know how these archers have survived so much this game. But they might actually deny this TC, which is kind of annoying for Sebastian. And we've got heavy Scorpion for Sora Kuma. He deletes his TC in the middle. He's trying to escape with what he can. But guys, there's no rhythm or flow to his situation right now. Scorpions are actually his best choice. But I think Scorpions will be a problem against Bombard Cannons. So yet again, another good move from Sora Kuma to try and decide on what's best in the situation. Archers are still here, by the way. But I think Sebastian should be able to switch it up a little bit. Find the next step. He'll have his Bombard Cannons. He'll have his Trebs. He'll be pressuring this castle. And yeah, the Scorpions are not going to be enough. to deal with this. Sebastian's 200 pop. Has every upgrade he could ever want. Unless he wants to go for infantry. But I think Archer Siege, still more than fine. Defensive castle for Sora Kuma, just to keep that area alive. But he's going to lose this. And the archers did go down underneath the TC. Yep, 4 bomber cannons soon. We'll have cannon galleons from Sebastian in the middle. Sora Kuma. You're a little dead, bro. I love to see the fight, though. The Arbalists are boxed around the bomber cannon. There we go. He's trying with his trebs. This was Sebastian in the first game, right? Sebastian trying to hold with trebs against cannons. And it didn't end up working too well for him. He also didn't have the map control. He also was kind of completely dominated that first game. And Sebastian takes down the castle. And now the Scorpions are here. I think the Woad Raiders just killed a rhino. They were like, we're not going to be able to kill any military in our lives, so we need to kill something. Yeah, bombard cannons. The easy answer at this level anyways for these Scorpions. That's not even enough Scorpions to kill that many Arbs. Cannon Galleons are out. Starting to get some raids. Maybe we'll go for the castle, the farmers, who knows? Sora Kuma says, my idol is ACCM, and his rule is we do not resign until we are 5,000 score behind. I'm keeping a close eye on it. It's almost at 5k. The 5k rule is almost in effect. He continues to fight 130 pop. He's still trying to expand. There's stone, there's gold. The pressure is on. He doesn't want to give up. The Trebs have killed a lot of bomber cannons, in all honesty. But I think the Trebs will go down. The Scorpions will go down. Sebastian is saving resources for not just the next game, the next life. So there's that too. Maybe a little uncertain on what to spend it on right now, because he's already done so much. Is Sora Kuma holding this right now? This is why you don't give up. Sora Kuma is actually holding this. A lot of bomber cannons have gone down. The hill is still held. Still gold access. Still stone access. Food is a bit of an issue for Sora Kuma because he's starting to get hit over here. But I think Sebastian was probably just tech switching. He's going to get Woot Steel right now. And, I mean, Lightcap for Dravidian's not the strongest. But it's still something you can get in close to the Scorpions with. And it's very cheap, so it's super worth it. You can also raid with the Lightcap. Like down here, he can continue to raid, which he's done a good job of. I think Sebastian knows he has this game won, but he just doesn't want to risk sending everything into the death ball all at once. So he's starting to split up his forces. Dude, these Trebs, though, have killed 10 units. And I feel like most of them have been bomber cannons. Every time I look over here, there's a new bomber cannon down. Crazy. Sora Kuma will call it eventually here. I'm not seeing a big comeback, like win condition. But until you guys are in the moment, like we joke about ACCM and all that stuff, but until you guys are in the moment, you probably won't fully understand. Maybe some people who play in the Community Cup coming up will start to get a little bit of a grasp on it, but until his pop, like his pop has not gone down. His pop has gone up from where we were before. So until he's dead, he's not tapping out of this one. Because in theory, Halb, Ram, Scorpion can kill the Dravidians. But he still needs the Rams. He still needs the Halbs. I think the Rams would actually be the toughest thing for the Dravidian player to kill. The Scorpions trying their best to get in close to these bomber cannons. Sebastian took down the castle over here. He'll slaughter all of these vills now. That was the switch up in Sebastian's mind to just not send everything he had in towards the Scorpions. And now the Light Cav are here for the Scorpions as well. So it's a double whammy. And we are well beyond the ACCM rule. But castle down here. Sebastian's probably like, are you kidding me, bro? How does he keep fighting? Answer is he's not going to fight for much longer here. Population's dropping like crazy. Sora Kuma, he's no longer going to have the northern corner. So he's going to be over in the like the east. Trying to add more farms. Focused on anything but his pop. But the score. Maybe the situation. And yeah, he taps out, calls GG. And scores 1-1. What a series so far. Yeah, I see my view count now, so a lot of people might have missed the first game. I mean, the first game was a masterclass from Sora Kuma. It showed, in my opinion, he was maybe even the better Nomad player there. Very experienced. I loved his play that entire game. Same thing for Sebastian here. He did a good job finding the initial docks. He denied the second one, which I think was key. So he wasn't up against 2 docks sending in fires and demos. It was just 1. And then from there, early castle age, he was just flying, man. I mean, he had crossbows to raid on land. He had 3 town centers, so much faster than Sora Kuma. I'll give credit to Sora Kuma. I didn't think he was going to survive for this long. This was also the last possible civilization pick for Sora Kuma on his draft, so it was a little bit more of a wild card than anything. But Sebastian sure looked good there. We have ourselves a series here in the round of 32. All right, so game 2, we go to Sora Kuma's home map, and we've got 2 monstrous civilizations for this map, in my opinion. We've got the Byzantines for Sebastian. He's going to drop his TC, so you start with your vills in the middle here. And typically, you're going to walk to where the wood and the food is. You're going to find the 2 sheep that are waiting for you there. Use the sheep as scouts. Most players are dropping the dock. They're dropping the TC. Both players have done pretty much the same thing here. Look at this. Like, I know it's not that big a deal because typically they're going to dock and house with the dock villager. But the fact they both docked in the middle makes me think that this is going to be a middle play with this vill eventually. Byzantines have the stronger fire ships. Bengalis, though, their ships do regenerate, and they also get the additional vills. So economically, the Bengalis are slightly better. I would say with military, the Byzantines are slightly better, unless we're talking monks. That's probably where the Bengalis shine. So, Chad, I don't know how much you actually listen to me. What percentage of what I say actually stays with you, if you had to guess? Because I've got a lot of passionate thoughts about strategy on this map, and I've said it like 6 or 7 times already. Okay, but a lot of people are saying 11%. Yeah, Parseval doesn't listen to me. Parseval didn't even know that Sebastian lost the first game, even though it was up on freaking screen. Parseval can't even see, much less listen to me. Sorry, bro. All right, well, I'm going to thank you. Thank you, Real Red Clifford, who said Sneakaville. Yes, okay. So I've talked about this a million times because we've had a lot of players just kind of all in for water on this map, and they never go to the middle. And then if they lose water, they never get the middle. And so specifically in Feudal Age, I think using vills to build something in the middle to try and pass over, or even just walking forward with a forward dock, or sneaking your vill over to make army over here, I think it can work really well. And so I think you have to do something crazy against Byzantines at least. Like, the Byzantine player is completely fine with the water war because their fire galleys are just, you know, they're extremely flammable. But the Bengali player doesn't want that. So I'm wondering, even aside from all that, if in this round of 32 and beyond, players start to be more aware that that type of thing can happen and we see more outposting. It actually wouldn't surprise me if we see both these players meet in the middle with an outpost. And also, they're pretty close to the middle. If you're going to take gold for anything, why not just take it in the middle? Build an outpost, take the gold in the middle, save the rest of the gold for later. It could be an actual option here. Elsewhere around the map, you have the shorefish. For later on, you've got boars. You've got the occasional sheep or pig. But yeah. Most of the gold and most of the stone is in the middle in this map. And so that has to be in the back of your minds as you decide on whichever strategy you think is best. D-Ben, thanks for the 32. He says, let this be your reminder that Sully is an egg, C-Bomb is the goat, and Arbase is a mod. Yes, thank you for the reminder there. Sully is indeed an egg. I'm surprised you didn't say Arbase was an egg, but appreciate it anyways. Korsham, thanks for the 6 months. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Bella, thanks for almost a year. Lethal, thanks for the 9 months. What's up? We'll know soon what their plans are with the builds. So Sora Kuma is a little late with the wood to be able to build a lumber camp or a mining camp. You need one more Dark Age building to go up. So we might even see him send a couple extra vills to a tree here. He's waiting for these vills to drop off the wood. I'm sure he's got it planned out. But he also needs a house. And then there's the lumber camp for Sebastian. Man, these build orders are insane. Are they actually going to be able to click up at these times? Yeah, see, Kuma's house is late. You know what's funny? Is MBL did the same thing on this map. It was like 20 pop. And then well, he actually fully forgot his lumber camp. Sora Kuma actually got it up. MBL recently joined Tag, and I know has done some training with Kuma, so it must have been the builds. Wow, these uptimes are crazy. 19 pop? Okay, well, if you go up at these uptimes, honestly, I don't know if the sneak is necessarily very doable. Because you need a lot of extra economy to make the barracks, a lot of extra economy to make the range, combined with fire galleys. But they are both coming to the middle. Sebastian's actually scouting with a sheep even. And Kuma's going to gain that sheep. And Sebastian saw the mining camp right before the sheep changed sides. So I think we might see a tower war in combination with fires. But it's very important if you're pulling villagers off of stone and gold. It's really important that you're aware of how that can affect you. I like what Sebastian's doing. He's bringing more vills. But yeah, these feel like the exact same strategies. The exact same builds, essentially. And different than what we've seen in a lot of other games. Sebastian's got it right, though. He's brought more vills. But he's done that because he knows his opponent is in the middle. Sora Kuma doesn't know that. Sora Kuma goes to check. Sebastian's building a tower already. Okay, now pay attention to the vills on gold, though. Dude, this is going to get crazy really fast, guys. We have more vills coming from Sora Kuma. No villagers on gold for either of them. But Sebastian can afford 2 fire galleys. It's 2 fire galleys from 1 dock. Oh, God, we got more vills. You've both committed to the same strat. That means you have to beat the opponent at that same strat, which means you have to just simply commit more. Who could bring more vills? It looks like Sora Kuma's brought more vills. Now Sebastian's bringing more vills. Sebastian has the house wall around, but he doesn't have vills at the base of the tower of the enemy. I don't know how to cast this. This is crazy. Either this is going to go horribly wrong for one player, or somehow is going to even out in the end. A better start for Sora Kuma because he's killed more villagers. Wow, Sora Kuma's done a sick job. What in the world? Kills another vill? But he doesn't have any vills in his tower now. So he's going to lose it. Fire galleys are going to come out to try and harass the fish. Or hit the villagers, honestly. Tower is now being repaired. Villagers are fighting. Villager down for Kuma. Could be more villagers down for Sebastian. Sora Kuma's tower is still up. Sebastian's abandoning it. And Sora Kuma! He also killed Sebastian's fire galley with this fire galley, by the way. It was repaired. I think that's better for Sora Kuma. And now they both just need a brief respite so they can chill out here. Sora Kuma actually cannot repair that fire galley unless he gets gold income. Ooh, but the fishing ships for Sebastian were right there. He just missed it. If he was on these fish killing them, there wouldn't have been a fire galley for a moment for Sebastian. And now are we going to have another tower from Sora Kuma? Idle TC time is through the freaking roof right now. Oh my god, he's walling him in. Oh, look what he's doing. He's building walls. Sebastian can't allow that to happen. Lack of food income could be an issue for both. Sora Kuma building the next tower. Now Sebastian's building the next tower. Again, these ships do slowly regenerate for the Bengalis, but you still need the repairs. Repairs happen for Sora Kuma. There's a lot of weak economy here for Sebastian. This is incredibly intense. Tower's up. But all the vills that are still trying to take gold and stone can get hit by this tower, which is the issue right now. So Sora Kuma can still take stone. He can still take gold. Sebastian cannot. Sebastian needs to fight this back. It feels like anytime he tries, Sora Kuma just hops out and is like, no way. Not that time, though. Well played. Sebastian gets the walls down. Guys, there's still fire galleys to look at. And Sebastian micros so nicely. So does Sora Kuma, though. Man, this would be a perfect opportunity for a demo, wouldn't it? For both of them. Because you just need, like, something big to change the game. Repairs from Sebastian. Micro from Sora Kuma. Nice micro from both. There's still the towers happening. How are they doing all of this at once? Look at the lack of idle time for Sebastian. How has he produced so many vills here? How has he saved so many vills? He isn't. He is. He's losing some. Feels like Sora Kuma's going to hold the middle, though. Even though he's losing his vills, even though he's losing some fish, he is also on Sebastian's fish. Just one. The tower war in the middle. Sebastian might need to give up on it now. Can you give up on it? You're never going to feel okay doing that because you've committed so much to it. He's going to build a mining camp here. But to me... I mean, these vills are barely alive. Not sure if that's going to be good. Now, there's been some food income behind this for Sora Kuma on some sheep. He needs to sort that out. Sebastian has placed the mill on the shorefish. He's bringing even more vills to the middle now. And he will shoot this tower down. Maybe. He doesn't have all his vills garrisoned. So, Sora Kuma is actually repairing that. There's 4 fires for Sebastian. He's going to make a lot of fires. Look at Sora Kuma. He sees the vills are weak, and so he's just attacking with his own vill. Smart. What a crazy game. I'll give credit to Sebastian because it's looked a little worse for him in the middle with the towers, but he still has more... a less idle TC time. He's done a really good job there. But also, he hasn't done as good a job with the towers, which is such a critical part. Like, I feel like he has struggled in many ways to be as like, consistent with that. Oh my god, Sebastian dropping his own tower. So is Sora Kuma right next to it. Sebastian now with the house walls. Dude, there's a lot of weak vills here, guys. Where's the monk? I need a monk emote. For Sora Kuma. He could lose so many villagers here. And I think Sebastian is in a fine spot here. Sebastian needs to... Like, what is Sora Kuma doing? Yeah, Sebastian could batter this tower down. I think. Maybe he can't because the other towers. Yikes. Yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking. You garrison with 5. You send more for this tower. Ooh, but the other tower on the right went down. And now, does Sora Kuma send the boys? Do we see Sora Kuma send everything? Is it that type of game? Yep, sending vills here. Because there's only one tower for Sebastian. He's also attacking these vills. I think Sora Kuma is just going to send it for this tower here. He's got this tower almost fully garrisoned. This tower's been repaired enough. What is this game? This game is ridiculous, man. They're both in absolute poverty. Their economies are horrible. I mean, their economies are great considering the circumstances. Well done. Making the most of a bad situation, but... Holy... Like, Sora Kuma did place the mill on some shorefish in 2 different areas, and he's grabbing fletching now. And yeah, if he has fletching, and he just keeps these towers up, man, it could be really strong. Another thing Sora Kuma is known for is his towers. Is really good with towers on Arena, for example. Sebastian probably can't believe it. He's played so well. He's held on. He's got the water control, kind of. But is he going to be able to stay in the middle? An issue for Sora Kuma could be that he won't be able to bring more vills to the middle. Sebastian can, because Sebastian has the water control. So, I mean, Sebastian is... I mean, this economy isn't exactly looking great. But at least he has the potential to send more vills to the middle. There's a dock over here from Sora Kuma, so he's going to sneak away and try and get value from his fish. That's actually a pretty big deal. And fletching is in, but Sebastian's vills cannot mine gold right now. Not easily. Not without a lot of pain. They're not getting paid for this either. They're just doing it for their people. Like, come on, guys. We don't even need gold. Do I have to? We already have 5 fire galleys. Actually, I guess it's 3 fire galleys, so more gold is going to be needed. Sebastian's trying to save for fletching. He could actually get it if he canceled some vills in the queue. But fletching is already in for Sora Kuma. And it feels like Sebastian is slowly losing control over this. Sora Kuma's done such a sick job. So I actually played Sora Kuma in Nations Cup. It was USA versus Taiwan, and I played the 1v1 portion for the team. And I practiced for a week against Arena Tower Rush, expecting him to Tower Rush, because they was so, like, everyone I talked to was just like, Kuma's going to trush. So I practiced for a week, which was very painful, by the way, because that basically just meant Daniel destroyed me for a week. And then when we got into the game, I fully prepped for the Tower Rush, and then he didn't. He didn't even do it. The guy just decided to go normal gameplay. Just, you know, monks and siege and boom. Sebastian has done the right thing. Like, he's finally said, I'm done with the middle gold. I still have gold back here, and he's going back there. But Sora Kuma just ran through the fire and the flames of the fire ships to run out here now. And he's just sending everything. He refuses to give up control over the middle. He does make it close by. This is so costly, though. Look at all these vills going down. Like, he's lost so many. But can he take the towers down? As long as he takes the towers down, I guess he's happy. He takes 1. If he takes 1, he's going to take 2. And Sebastian has to abandon the middle. Totally worth it for Sora Kuma. He also still had, like, now he's going to be able to think about other tasks. And he still has this dock over here that Sebastian has no clue about. So Sebastian's fire galleys might eventually be taken out too. Sebastian worried about a sneak of some kind. Sebastian worried about going down 2 games. Or sorry, I guess going down a game. So Sebastian's going to wall up. Look at the resources rise now for both of them. Now they're both able to focus a little bit more on their economies. Sebastian's got a lot of wood that probably needs to be farms or fishing ships. Pretty big deal that he hasn't had any, despite having the stronger water, and that Sora Kuma got the fish. It's crazy that Sora Kuma saved his fish. How that even happened. Castle Age is on the way for Sora Kuma. Sebastian's nowhere close. Is there a chance that this TC gets taken out by fires? Because Sora Kuma might not be used to this scenario. This isn't something we talk about a lot. Guys, this TC will go down before Castle Age. If this is not repaired, this TC will go down. These are Byzantine fires. This is too close for comfort. Sora Kuma should repair it or garrison, and the fires have to back away and it's fine. But this TC is getting completely roasted. Yeah, this TC will be down. Dude, he'll notice, right? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fake drama. Fake drama. He can just garrison, shoot down the ships, and repair if he needs to. Sebastian is up. Sebastian adding more fires. There's a Vil here from Sora Kuma for whatever reason. She's going to be dead. Sora Kuma still with the dock over here, which I don't think Sebastian knows about. This is going to be a castle in the middle from Sora Kuma. A castle in the middle pretty much locks it down, which means Sebastian has to win it back in Imp, probably. Unless Sebastian's plan is to, like, run to the middle again, but that doesn't seem like it makes sense. Sora Kuma's up. Sebastian probably can't fully believe that. Because Sora Kuma committed so much more. Bro! Kuma, just chill, man. Just take the middle and be happy. You can't have it all. So, no. Back up. See, Sebastian sees this. Sebastian sees the Vils and knows exactly what that means. And he's placing a bunch of foundations. Dude, Sora Kuma, go place it on your hill. You fought for the hill. You castled the hill. You crazy person. Dude, that's crazy. I mean, if he gets that castle up, he probably wins the game. But had it been denied in any way, it would have been brutal. Well played from Sebastian to deny it, and Sora Kuma just goes back. That could have been dicey. Well played on both to realize the situation there. I love Sora Kuma, man. He is so good. He has no chill, but he has good strats. Like, there's a lot of players who have no chill with bad strategy. He's got good strategy to back it up. Good adaptations. I think he's going to try a fast imp now. Because he's got a lot of food. And he's shifting a lot to gold. Yeah, he's going to try fast imp. He's even idling his TC. Don't tell me he's going to go imp in that TC, though. Well, he's going to have to go imp in that TC, guys. That's going to be an issue. I mean, it could be a real issue. The weakest imp TC ever. Yeah, he's going to click up. Look at him sell. I think Sebastian's also trying to go up. It's cheaper for Byzantines. So he'll finish this castle and go for Trebs. And Sora Kuma read him like a book. Oh my god. Don't click imp in that TC. Come on. Do not click imp in that TC. Build another one. What are we... What are we doing? No! No! Repair! Please repair! Come on, Sora Kuma! Okay, he noticed. It's fine. I don't think he can garrison for much longer, though. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, well, let's talk about this. So, Sebastian has as good an eco as Sora Kuma. The issue for him is going to be access to long-term stone and gold. But, I mean, he can get access to long-term stone and gold as far as I'm concerned because he can win the Trebor in the middle. It's Byzantine Castle. He'll have the trebuchets out a little bit faster, most likely. He could be fine. TC's probably okay for Sora Kuma. Somehow. But Sora Kuma is going to go Trebs. He's going to go Monks. What Sora Kuma doesn't really have is a lot of Navy. Sebastian actually has transport here. He's going to try even blocking with the transport. But yeah, Sebastian... It's kind of a big deal if he transports even Monks to the other side because he can convert Vils over there and build stuff. So it's a nice little distraction. But I think Sebastian should maybe consider Dramans. I guess if he makes more fire ships, all fire ships will be converted by Monks from either. But yeah, there go the Monks to the other side. Let's see what they do over there. Now, what's the stone situation like for Sebastian? So he only has 4 on stone, but he does have 1,200 over here. And then the gold is still completely fine. He's still got 4,000 gold available, plus he has 2 relics. This is very winnable for Sebastian. And it's fast stim from both. Imagine being Sebastian. You're like, yeah, I fast stimmed. He's never going to be able to compete. And then boom. Your opponent has gone fast stim from a burnt TC. Yeah, this is actually could be kind of a problem if Sebastian converts vills and starts to build buildings over here. But I think it's ultimately all a distraction. Another castle from Sora Kuma. Feels like even Treb defense would be acceptable. He doesn't maybe need to push here. Over here, a fire galley was just converted. And now a villa is going to be converted. I mean, we'll see what Sebastian can do with that. I would just make a barracks. Even just making random spears at this point would do something. Sora Kuma, the player with the middle control, is the one trebbing the opponent's castle. And not trebbing the treb. We'll see if he changes his mind. He might need to repair here. Who do you guys think is the better position? Is it Sebastian with the better eco? And maybe the better fast name treb player? Or the player with the middle? I think I got to go with Kuma here. He's got 2 castles to make trebs. And that's what this comes down to. And he's got the hill. I think middle is king. But Sebastian. Oh, he's getting so unfortunate. He's not hitting those trebs. Villager was converted. Just going to make outposts for now. Sebastian needs something more than trebs, it seems. He's going to be out trebbed. Now, there's no new trebuchets on the way right now for Sora Kuma. And Sebastian's being an absolute nerd with the villager he converted. Those villagers are like, of course it was Craig that got converted. The most annoying of the group decided to switch sides. Such a Craig thing to do. But yeah, castle's going to go down for Sebastian. He is going to make another transport, though. This could get really interesting. Like, he's going to send a whole freaking army of monks over to the other side. I mean, what else can he do? Because his castle's going to be down. This means his trebs are going to be down. He won't be able to push the middle anymore. Sora Kuma's down by 20 vills, though. Wouldn't it be something if all of Sora Kuma's vills on the outside get converted? There's actually a very good chance that happens. And now Sora Kuma is going to start to treb and push Sebastian's main eco. But here comes some more monks. And a castle from Sebastian! Wow, okay. So Sebastian's like, I can't have the middle, but I'll take your base. Now, do they have atonement? Because you need that to convert the other monks right now. It becomes very important. Monasteries for Sebastian, pretty much all he's got. He's going to start to lose them. Sora Kuma's going to YOLO in here to build a tower, just because he knows that can help with monks. There's a tower from Sora Kuma. That could deny the castle. Unless all the vills get converted by Sebastian. What is happening? There's a tower here. There's monks here. There's a tower here. There's a castle here. The tower goes up, but vills will be converted. The castle might go up. The tower here goes up. Monks are switching sides. Sora Kuma's 30 population behind, but he has the gold and he has the stone. He's not going to have a TC. He just lost his TC. And Sebastian, I think he can complete this castle, guys. He's going to take the tower down. His monks are going to heal each other, so he'll still have those. This castle will go up. But now here, he's kind of getting slaughtered. And he's losing all of his control. There are going to be more monks from Sebastian, which are really important right now. I don't really know what to say. But Sora Kuma, as long as he can take out these monasteries and stop Sebastian from defending, essentially, with monks, I think it's acceptable if he loses his base. And he will lose his base. But what base? He wants the middle. Here we go. More conversions on monks needed all the time. Got to pay attention to this. Oh, and Sora Kuma got the conversions. Did Sora Kuma get devotion and Sebastian didn't? Because it looked like Sebastian started the conversions earlier. I bet you devotion was the difference there. Maybe that's one of those things we missed. Sora Kuma's like, fine. I'll just build a TC over here. This is my base now. And Sebastian says, where's the transport? 1-800-TRANSPORT. He's called the number. Transport ship is on the way. You can only fit 5 at a time. It's first come, first serve. You better run fast, Sebastian. And now Sebastian is going to TC the gold that Sora Kuma has left over. Because Sora Kuma has been taking all the gold in the middle like a greedy boy. Holy crap, dude. This is crazy. So Sebastian is actually going to have gold. It's completely fine. He's got 3,000 gold right here. And these... There's gold here too! What is happening? This is complete chaos. They're going to switch sides. The only thing that's going to stay the same... And honestly, Sora Kuma might want to delete these vills. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I actually think the correct play is to delete vills. The only thing that's going to stay the same is Sora Kuma has the middle. Sora Kuma did steal the relics from Sebastian. Sebastian's got a new base over here. These are the leftovers. So more monks coming out from him. Like, what is this? Guys, look at your screens. What's happening? This whole game... This whole game has been an absolute mess. From start to finish. And we're not even close to the finish. I'm so curious on how this goes. Okay, some of the escapees got tracked and they'd rather die than be converted. That makes sense. Does Sora Kuma know about this TC? He knows about the monastery. But he needs food, so he's going to try... He's going to try and take the berry bushes there, naturally. Because that's easier than farming right now. This TC for Sora Kuma is going to be Trebs, meaning that that is now 10 vills that Sebastian can bring to his side. Sebastian is checking for everything here to make sure there's nothing remaining. Sebastian's monks, like the monks for both are the absolute key here. Uh-oh. 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 The vills are fighting the monks. There's Ratha as well. Oh, man. Look at Sebastian click those other monks and Ratha there. If Sora Kuma can drop a castle here and treb this all down without massive losses, this would be insane. A lot of conversions happen for Sebastian, but Sora Kuma could convert them back. Meanwhile, Sora Kuma's villagers are hoping for some type of like protection. Oh my god. And Sebastian's villagers say, we're not going down without a fight either. We heard what happened to the others. We don't want to meet the same fate, so they're not going to rush down the trebs. Villagers are part of the army in this game. But that's a lot of vills that will go down for Sebastian. He will lose his TC. He will lose his monasteries. These vills are trying to run now. Oh my god, Sebastian's coming middle with trebs! That's a big issue for Sora Kuma. Honestly, whoever is driving that transport ship really needs to pick it up. There's a lot of people that need to be protected right now. What is this game? Defensive trebuchet from from Sora Kuma, so he sees that. He knows what's happening. And yeah, there will be no more monk production for Sebastian, so I think he will lose all of his monks here. That doesn't mean he's dead, though. Because he still has gold. He still could potentially push the middle. Sora Kuma doesn't have a lot in the middle to protect it. And repair and whatever else. We do also have a Draman on the way for Sebastian. The most expensive, most important Draman ever is right there. 12 range. And now Devotion comes in for Sebastian, which I think Sora Kuma's had for a while. Okay, a couple escapees make it this way. What a game. Still gold, still stone. Guys, if you were to have come in right now, if you skipped ahead in the YouTube video, you would assume that Sebastian started in the north, and that Sora Kuma started in the south. There's the Drammen. Can the Drammen be converted? See, the Drammen makes Treb defense difficult. So... Oh. Escapees being found. God, man. Imagine having to click all these individual targets. Sebastian says no. That's so smart. It's actually the play. What's hilarious right now is that Sora Kuma is moving the relics from the middle to the outside because he thinks he could actually lose the middle. He is moving the relics to where his opponent's eco started. What in the world is this game? 31 Vils for Sebastian, though. That's an issue. There's a lot of Trebs for Sora Kuma. There's a lot of monks for Sora Kuma. He has more monks, more Trebs, more Vils. That's all very good. Is Sebastian coming back home right now with that transport ship? I believe he is. Again, transport has been extremely useful. This guy doesn't get an off day. And here we go. Monks, Trebs. And what do you know? He's going to see that there's a TC there. And this maybe distracts a little bit from the middle. Now, it's kind of nice. If you still have these buildings, it's kind of nice you can see what's happening. It's the same for Sebastian. Sebastian can see everything. But, yep, there you go. TC's going to go down. TC will be destroyed. And now another transport's bringing more monks over. And now Sora Kuma needs to come back again. And now I want to see Sebastian get back in that transport and go back to the other side again. And just pull a little gotcha. Just juke him out. I think Sebastian's going to do exactly that. Someone says one stable light cab will go far. I don't think it would. Like, think about the amount of food you need to make 5 light cav and get the light cav upgrade, and then look at how many monks there are. There's 20 monks. You would need 3 stable light cav and pretty consistent production. I think Sora Kuma could eventually get there. He has farms. He has more Vils. But, okay, wow, Devotion wasn't in for Kuma before. But, you know, for now, you really just want to use your food to produce Vils, honestly. I get what you're saying. Like, it's so easy to look at the resources and say that. But I've also seen so many instances where 6 to 8 light cav get converted by 20 monks. So, I think light cav could eventually come. But for now, they need more Vils. I think Sebastian is realizing, though, even though he's been incredibly creative, I think he's realizing that he is heavily outnumbered and heavily outboomed. And Sora Kuma has been able to hold on. This Drammen has to be extremely careful. Honestly, converting the dock would be pretty smart. There is going to be another dock over here for Sebastian. He's going to make another transport. Oh, man. The description of this tournament is nomad and transport maps, right? And, well, this has been the most nomadic transport map yet. Literal nomad start. They became nomads multiple times. And we've seen those transports utilized. As we have faith! Guys, faith is so expensive. Faith is 550 food and 750 gold. But that just means your units resist conversion even more. And so, if this is a monk war, this is the time for Sora Kuma to finish this game. What a treat. What a treat. He knows about the castle. There he goes. Doesn't really have to try and go for the kill right now, by the way. Could stabilize his eco. Could go for some of the ideas others mentioned, like light cav. He's actually going for Ratha, which is potentially a little bit risky. He saw Sebastian packed up his Trebs to Treb down his Trebs, so he just packs his Trebs up and relocates them real quick. And here we go. All attention onto the castle. That's a lot of monks right there. Good luck clicking all those monks on the right targets. Transport happened. What the? I think these Vils are the Vils that Sebastian just converted. Castle down for Sebastian. TC's going to go down. Vils are going to go down. He doesn't have many. But who knows? Maybe he'll convert the entire side of Sora Kuma again. because that worked. He's back over here now. He still has to defend. Doesn't look like... I mean, it looks like he's being really patient. Like, he's waiting till he can get all of his monks together and make a run for it. Here go the monks again. Off to switch some people to our religion. They've done a really good job at that. Really nice. Very convincing, these monks. And I guess when the villagers have gone through so much, maybe in theory it's easier for them to believe. Who knows? That's so many monks. That's a lot of Ratha as well. What do you want? Do you want the monks or do you want the Ratha? Faith should pay off, but you still have to click the opponent a lot. And there's a lot more clicks from Sebastian here. Sebastian should get a lot of conversions. But can he get enough? There's Trebs. There's monks. There's Ratha. There's red. There's blue. There's death. There's honor. But I think Sebastian can't make more monks, guys. He can't make more monks. He is converting the farming economy of Sora Kuma. He's going to still have economy. But will everything over here survive? The Ratha are going to die for the Trebs. The Trebs will stay alive for Sora Kuma. He still is the middle. And I think, finally, even though the farming eco is being converted, I think the game ends there. Look at that, by the way. 71 monks created from the player who didn't have the gold in the middle of the map. I actually can't wait to look at the res collected here and see how much gold was collected. Because I think Sebastian, if you think about it, he collected almost everything on his side. And then he collected almost everything on Sora Kuma's side. That game was insane. I mean, again, we really haven't seen that a lot. I think the meta is developing as we get into the later stages, where people are prioritizing the middle with more focus, and they're not just going YOLO Navy, which we saw from some players in the early rounds. It was a crazy tower war, turned into a fast imp from both. Like, they both had a pretty much perfect fast imp. Sora Kuma's imp TC was on fire, by the way. And then, yeah, I mean, you saw the rest of it. I mean, I can't sum up much more than that. That was a crazy game. But yes, Sora Kuma, you might say, won the monk war, but he didn't produce as many monks, that's for sure. Also, kind of funny to me that the second most created unit, according to Capture Age, for Sebastian is the Ratha. Now, YouTube, this was a great game. This is going to hit the main YouTube channel, and what you should probably do as well, if you really enjoyed this, and you want to see who wins this series, is you should click the link in the description, because the full series, meaning the first 2 games, if you missed them, and the potential final 2 games are going to be there. This is Round of 32 in Wandering Warriors Cup. Seed 29 Sora Kuma, extremely underrated player. He is now up over Sebastian, who is Seed 4 in this tournament. So, pretty big deal that what we're seeing here. And so, keep an eye out for that, YouTube, if you have any interest, of course. We still have stats to look at. What are the conversions? Conversions. Dude, 58 to 57? And then, I guess, like, the raising ratio is different. So, that's just what the trebuchets did, how many buildings they took down. The economies are actually very close. I think it was just Sora Kuma had the momentum, and he didn't have to relocate his base as quickly as Sebastian did. I don't even know what to say. And gold count and stone count, not much of a difference there. I guess stone was one thing that was definitely a difference maker in terms of the castles and the TCs and the towers, but what a crazy game. Someone says, don't you think Sebastian should have stopped Monk before and switched to Lyca? No food. Guys, if your base gets hit, everything gets destroyed, and you need to transport across a river with 30 vills, you have no food eco. You can't go Lykev. Lykev would not have worked. Not to mention that there'd be Ratha out there, which can just switch to melee mode and kill Lykev 1v1. So, if anything you think of there with the way that eco is, you might think about Heresy if your Civ gets it. He did have access to Heresy. 1,000 gold for Heresy. Your monks get converted and they just die. That could have been worth it for Sebastian. Here we are, game number 4. So we've got Vietnamese for Sora Kuma. And it is Persians for Sebastian on Stranded. Sebastian must win, or He is out of this tournament. This is single elim. There's no recovery stages. There's no Swiss stage. It is win or you are out. You must perform at your highest level. Now, interesting note. They both actually picked Persians on their draft as the first pick. Because the first pick is a hidden global pick. And so if we see a game 5, that pretty much guarantees in my mind that Sora Kuma will have Persians. But I forget the map. Maybe someone in chat can help me out there. I don't actually remember. You start with the fishing ship here. Then you build your TC. Nice TC from Sora Kuma on the wood. And then also on the golds. And then it's the same thing for Sebastian. So a really tricky map. Because we've seen instances where someone wins water on the outside. And if they win the water, they then lose the middle. So I like already am kind of thinking that maybe Sora Kuma will want to go Cav Archers. Because you might go heavy on wood and gold for water control and ships. And then you could do the same for the middle. And Vietnamese Cav Archers are really good. A lot of times, like if I had to look for one specific thing to mention, I would say the person who gets the first Siege Workshop down in the middle typically does very well on this map. That middle control is so valuable. Obviously, Siege Workshop in the middle does not equal victory. It's more in-depth than that. Oh, yeah, okay. And the 5th game is going to be Boundary Brawl if we get there. Holy crap. Boundary Brawl is such an intense one. Yeah, Persians could be really good there, so. I don't think Fast Castle is very doable. I have seen people try it. I think going Fast Castle guarantees you lose all your fish. And then your opponent will probably have their fish, so there's a big economic swing. So there's no landlock, so we tend to see a lot of galleys and fire galleys to go kill the fish as the openings. Sora Kuma will know where his opponent's TC is, though, which is moderately helpful. I mean, you kind of know it's going to be on the opposite side of the map because that's how it normally is, but still, I'm not going to say that hurts. We've got a lot of sets happening today, so guys, the schedule is just nonstop. So you have to understand there will be instances where we may miss a game or two from a set as we bounce around. You can go to AoE2rex.com and check the schedule there. It has all the scheduled sets for the Age of Empires community if you're really curious on timings. But if another set begins, we will not be leaving this one. This is too good. Too big a moment. What a result for Sora Kuma this would be. Again, he's like, from the start, you could just tell with these Taiwanese players that they had practiced a lot. You could tell with Cloud. You could tell with Z40. You could tell with Sora Kuma. Of course, there's a few others that they put in the time. And it's tough, though, to execute against someone who... I mean, Sebastian is the rising star of 2024. Sebastian almost feels so inevitable at times, like so many of the big talents. It's crazy that Sora Kuma has been able to play this good with consistency, making it way easier. He's making it look way easier than it really is. Now, Persians get the extra wood. Persians get the extra food at the start. So it makes their start really fluid. And their TCs and their docks work faster. And they have more HP. So I like the Persian pick a lot for this map. I think it's a great pick. I also think it's a great pick for Boundary Brawl, where I think Sora Kuma will have that if we get a Game 5. So we'll see. But now we'll look for the feudal age times. Assess their builds. I think it will have to be 2 docks at least for both of them, unless they're just going to fully give up their water, which I don't think either player will. And then it's a question on, do you go fires, do you go galleys, and how much do you commit to water? Because the middle could be really valuable, where all the wood is, and that hill is long term. Pitt, thanks for the prime. Could we get a couple Angry Jeffs in chat? The primers, guys? Super early. I need chat to help me with the hype work. Froggy Freak, thanks for the 32 months. He says rigged. What's rigged about that? Thanks, though. Cool Guy 69, thanks for the 16. Says, oh yeah, T90 all day. Didn't want to work anyways. Yes. Happy to hear you'll be getting nothing done at work today. Phantom Dreamer, thanks for the year. He says, almost forgot to give you the Bezos money this month. Yep, that's why we're doing the Angry Jeff. Thank you. Fred, thanks for the 12. Sam, Captain Kirko, thank you. Myrup, thank you. Welcome back. Also, hello, everybody in chat. That's a barracks. That's an early barracks from Sora Kuma. So this means land pressure. And then Sebastian is also going barracks. Whoa. And 9 fish. 9 fish almost makes me think this is Fast Castle. Can he afford that? Barracks timing. 9 fish. This feels Fast Castle from him. Sora Kuma, I think, is going to go double range? Is that too crazy? 1 range. Okay, I guess he's going to make a fire galley. There is a second dock for Sebastian. So, I mean, Sebastian's resources are just ridiculous here. What's up, Minika? Welcome. Oh, I don't know. There's no scout. So, Sebastian... Ooh, he did scout the barracks with a buffalo. So, he knows that there's likely going to be archers from Sora Kuma, which is a really big deal. And you might also assume there's not going to be water play from Kuma because of that. But Kuma is adding the second dock, so it's a mix. But Sebastian, he does add his own range, which means he delays the second fire a little bit. I think this is still more than fine. I mean, he's just going to have a couple skirms just in case. Everything's pretty close to his TC here. And Sebastian's working with a lot more information. Sebastian knows a lot. Sebastian knows it's going to be archers, because why else would you make the barracks? 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be scouts on this map. And you always know your opponent is going to have fish. So I really like Sebastian's position. Makes life a little bit easier for him right now. I think Sora Kuma is hoping that his opponent's going to get surprised here. He's like, all right, I'm going to hit with fletching. He won't expect it because he's expecting me to play galleys or something. And then I'm going to kill a bunch of ills, and we snowball it from there. He knows where the TC is, but he doesn't really know anything else. If you were to go to the right side, there are some exposed villagers here, but I think Sebastian is keeping a close eye on things right now. First fire galleys passed through for Sebastian. And he still had a few more fishing ships working. His TC's still been working a little bit faster. And he's going to hit on water a little bit earlier than Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma is going to lose his fire galley there. Does have another one. You can tell he's looking with the archers and micring here. And yeah, he finds the range. He sees the skirms. He does have fletching, so he could still win the fights. But he's losing track, guys. His palms are sweaty. And this is the nerves. And really nice timings from Sebastian. Sebastian scalded with the buffalo. Not randomly. He understands how important the middle is. And he's worked so well with that information. And then Sora Kuma with the slip up. Just completely missed the initial fires. And he's investing more of his wood and his gold into archers. They need to find a payoff here for Sora Kuma. He's repairing away. Sebastian has to be a little careful here, but 4-1 KD. Here, Sebastian's okay to wait. A lot of weak ships here for Sebastian, so this could turn around pretty quickly. But Sora Kuma can't... He's not noticing how weak the ships are. There we go. Now he is. I think the knees are weak. And the spaghetti's on the sweater already. for Sora Kuma. There's a lot of... I don't know. Mom spaghetti, sweater already. Weather's pretty steady. A lot of tough situations right now for Sora Kuma. But he's hanging in. He's going to drop a tower. I mean, how important is this hill long term? We talked about that. But Sebastian is up. Sebastian is clicked up. This economy is insane. There's been 6 kills, 9 deaths. 1 economic kill for Sebastian. And he still has collected 1,000 more resources. Persian economy, man. Persians are insane. And I think he can kind of continue to focus on what he's doing here in Castle Age, too. Meanwhile, Sora Kuma's going all in. Sora Kuma's going to add scouts, even. But what are you going to accomplish? It's really hard to do damage right now. Sebastian can still take wood. He still has food. I think the plan for Sebastian might be Cav Archers, because he added the second range. We do have a pause now. The scouts would basically work on a map where the gold is far away from the TC, or a situation where Sebastian would move out. If Sebastian moves out, that army is going to get killed. But he's essentially sitting behind his walls. This army is just to keep him alive until Castle. And then let's not forget the water situation, too, for Sebastian. I think Sora Kuma is going to be very distracted in this moment. He's trying to bring scouts forward. He's trying to do a lot. He will not expect a demo to come through at the same time. Let's see. He's just patrolling. The demo does hit. That's actually completely fine on paper. It's not a big deal. That hurts, though. And it hurts if he doesn't see that. He does. Sebastian is up. And Sebastian sees the scouts. The scouts are forging, too. The scouts could be a real pain here. There are a couple archers coming from behind. It's only 2 scouts, though. I think with it only being 2 scouts, this is going to be just enough for Sebastian to hold. Sora Kuma's scouts didn't expect the archers to be there. And so the additional feudal investment doesn't pay off. War galley upgrade for Sebastian now. He's going to have a slight edge on water. It's still making archers. Surprising. But can you justify the crossbow upgrade from here? Maybe not. And they must be having lag issues. I think Sebastian had just said with that pause that he was having lag issues. So he might just pause to... He's going to like bang on the wall so his neighbor in the apartment next door stops streaming Netflix or something. He's like, hey! I told you I was playing a tournament today! Might be a server issue. Sora Kuma says restore. Sebastian says let's keep trying. Yeah, I mean, they could save it. Sometimes saving and restoring is good, but obviously it ruins the flow of the game. So I'm completely fine. If they just want to keep pausing and trying, it's fine. But if the drops continue, maybe we have that change. Tough for Sora Kuma from here. Really tough. The tower's a good move. But, yeah, I mean, Sebastian's just going to boom away. And Sebastian should be able, if he moves both directions with Navy, he should be able to kill all the fish from Sora Kuma. And Sora Kuma's still 2 minutes away. I mean, this feels like we're headed to the Game 5. Could be wrong, but the odds are greatly stacked against Sora Kuma from here. Sebastian is just... He's played a perfect game. So hard to do when you're under the pressure, right? After the third game as well. Like, third game was crazy. How are you supposed to settle your mind and play so smooth here when they're essentially 2 hours into the series as well? Archers get found by the skirms. Down they go. And the fire galleys are looping this way looking for the fish that... are just inevitably going to be found. Like, they will absolutely be killed. Sebastian's not going to stop at a dock for very long. Crossbow upgrade for Sebastian. He's going to have 20 of them. So 2 different groups of 10, basically. And while I like the idea of the tower actually doesn't help. It needed to be closer to the wood line. And there go the fire galleys over to find those fish. Nice move from Sora Kuma. You can get away with this at times, but not at this level. Sebastian should keep moving. He's moving this way too. Apparently I dropped for half a second, but we're back, guys. Just F5 if you need to refresh. Yeah. Are we back? Are we good? Smile, chat, if you can hear me. Now I'm paranoid. What if Sebastian's my neighbor, you know? I'm making him drop. He's making me drop. Maybe he moved in next door. Okay. We're back. Cool. Awesome. Well, we got ballistics. Like, you're looking for extremes. You're looking for something that could make a big difference. And ballistics on crossbows is one of those things at times when you're fighting for map control. But it's only going to be 7 crossbows. It is such a small amount. Like, the micro is going to have to be insane here for Sora Kuma. And Sebastian does have siege as well. Sebastian is flying. It feels like Sebastian is playing with cheats from this position. Because he just has so many resources to work with. And then he has the speed to be able to spend his res all the time, too. And now that the siege is out, Sora Kuma is going to have a tougher task of pushing. But he's going to try. And I think Sebastian sees he's there. Sebastian. I think, like, the final nail in the coffin for him is a big siege shot. Or he could just get ballistics. And then his crossbows just outperform the much lower number of crossbows from Sora Kuma. Ballistics would probably surprise me if I were in this position. But it seems like he just wants to get in close. As you could see, ballistics plays a role. Yeah, Sebastian definitely knows now. You could tell. Crossbows moving in this way. That's a lot of villagers to feast on here, Sora Kuma. You got to move away. You got to move away, but he can't take the other gold because there's crossbows there. These crossbows are going to move around. Try and find some damage. Sebastian knows the army must be coming this way, though. He doesn't see it anywhere over here. And he's going to push the hill. And if the university can complete, which it may not, he can snag ballistics as well. But he's got like 4 mangonels in the middle. Yeah, Sora Kuma is going to fight. He's going to try his absolute best. But we're going to a game 5, guys. So cool to see. In Cassie yesterday, I mentioned it. So yesterday, Dragonstar, a player from India, who's always super well prepared for tourneys, but it's never gone like super deep recently. He was a big underdog against Tato. And Dragonstar was up 2-1 over Tato yesterday. And then Tato came back to win 3-2. Could be a similar situation here, where the underdog gets a lead, and then the favorite ends up bringing it back. We'll have to get to the drawing board with the civs, though, because I think Persians are insanely strong. It was the #1 civ pick for both of these players, and Sora Kuma is saving that for that game number 5. Siege coming back. Ballistics now on the way for Sebastian as he just pushes in, and Sora Kuma doesn't want to accept it. He will not resign until he is 100% certain that he is dead. Micring his heart out here. Trying to defend with siege here. Gonna send some vills to that stone. Maybe think about towers or a castle or something, but I think Sebastian is there's no way he loses his position. I will give 500 subs to my stream if Sebastian loses this game. I've never made a bet of that amount before, and I'm a little scared. But there we go. GG's call, thank God. 2-2. 2-2. Sorry, no 500 gifted subs. Sebastian gets the job done when the pressure is on most. This map is not easy to play. Okay, well. We have a game 5. I'm going to quickly show the statistics here. I didn't say series, by the way. I said game. 21,000 res collected from Sebastian. He was just so far ahead. I think the big thing was he knew it was coming. He saw the barracks with the buffalo. A freaking buffalo changed this game. Did have a few more fishing ships. He also harassed on the fish. And then plus Persians just produce villagers so quickly. It's such a smooth economy. So good when you can play a hybrid situation. Plus, it's very good with the start because you start with the extra wood. You start with the extra food, which could be used perfectly on nomad maps. So, to make things dramatic, you look at the draft, we say all these things about Persians, right? And look what Sora Kuma has. I have to cross off some of these civs here, but Sora Kuma, he's got the Persians. And Sora Kuma could technically play with Saracens as well. I'd be very surprised if he does that. So I could see some argument. And then for Sebastian, he has Berbers and Khmer, both actually really nice picks, in my opinion. Both justifiable as well. I think we'll see Berbers, but we'll find out in just a moment here. Game 5. Here we are. Now, we expected Persians from Sora Kuma. That's exactly what we get. He's here in the blue. And so the big thing, their TCs produce a little bit faster. Their TCs are stronger. Their docks are stronger. But you start with the extra wood. You start with the extra food. So it should be pretty fluid here. Now, this is Boundary Brawl. Technically, could walk to the outside. But no one does that because they want the food in the middle. And we've had a little balance issues with the stragglers here or there. Seems pretty even. We've got enough straggler trees around. We balanced it out a little bit. There should be no difference if the players want to take that wood to make a couple fishing ships before making a lumber camp. It's been a rather tricky map to get the balance down. Yeah, you're not allowed to build your TC, your starting TC, in range of the enemy TC at the start. You can't TC war at the start. That's always a restart. But now you could delete your TC and rebuild it later, technically. I doubt Sora Kuma does that. But look how good the Persians are. So he instantly has so much food. He drops the dock. He'll take the shorefish with the Vil, but he's making a fishing ship right away. Like, the Persian start is so smooth. Just to be able to get the fishing ship out. The other player is not going to have that, so you're up a worker. So advantage Persians. But I think having the faster villagers with the Berbers could be really valuable when leaving to the outside on this map. I think having the cheap stable units, having Camel Archer, having faster ships even, because we see a lot of ships on this map. Like, all these things are really nice for Berbers. So it's not like Berbers are bonusless, but at least the start with Persians is just, it feels like a cheat code. It feels so smooth. If I was to say one Civ, what's he doing with the fishing ship? Yo, Sora Kuma! Guys, for those that actually listen to the words that I speak, which again isn't many of you, I said this 2 weeks ago, how I think it'd be worth it to use your first fishing ship to go around and collect the buffalo with it. Because he knows there's all these buffalo around. Like, Huns got picked because they start with the horse and just dominate on this map. I don't think we'll see them allowed. Like, I think they'll be banned a lot because it's that strong. So, Sora Kuma is not fishing with his fishing ship. He's getting every single buffalo he can find. He's going to scout the map with the buffaloes, but then eventually just bring the buffaloes on home to his TC. It's so sick. I love it. So for now, he might be even with resources collected or a little bit behind. But he could have, I'm going to double click the buffaloes here. He has 10 buffaloes. That's 1,500 food. What happens is the game gets messy in mid-feudal. If you have those buffaloes underneath your TC, your Vils don't have to run out where the water is, where there could be demos or fires or galleys. And they don't have to walk long distances, so. Also, I have to say, chat, I respect you guys so much. The amount of people that immediately thought, ooh, what about a TC drop? The amount of people that would love to see a town center drop here, that makes me happy. But we're not going to see it. Don't want to burst your bubble, but we're not going to see that. Because you have to walk out and build a lumber camp yet. Like, this is a super fast feudal style build for Sora Kuma. He's going to try and dominate this game in a more standard fashion. Now, Sebastian might want gold. He didn't see that there. So that's the other thing about the buffaloes. Look at the scouting here from Sora Kuma. You use a couple of those buffaloes, and you could scout the back area. I understand it feels a little cheesy. People were like, come on, that can't be actually part of it. That's a part of it. That's what Nomad's about. And Sora Kuma has so much beef now. He should be in a great position long term. Sebastian can't say the same. Maybe Sebastian attempts to bring this elephant into the TC. I've seen that before. But Sebastian's maybe even confused by the score right now. He is to click up soon. He probably will. If he wants gold, will he know it is here? There's another gold here. There's another gold here. Because with these builds, what we've been seeing is we've been seeing a lot of people go for double dock galleys and just dominate the water. And to do that, you need the wood and you need the gold. And you need the feudal time. I don't know if Sebastian knows about it. Also, he's looking for the buffaloes now. They're already gone. They're already gone. It's like, where are these buffaloes? I don't understand. He looked around, didn't find a single one. And now he's just going to fish. But it's pretty crazy to have done it with your first fishing ship. So many people won't do that. Also, is Sebastian going to try and steal the buffaloes right now? He does have faster bills. So he's going to try. And Sora Kuma says, no. If I can't have it, you can't have it. And he just kills it. He's also going to block or keep the fishing ship close to the buffalo. Oh, Vil got hit, actually. What's Sora Kuma's plan here, by the way? He is up. He's in feudal. He's too distracted by her. She's actually done a great service for her people. She's been annoying. Oh my goodness. First fire galley's on the way for Sora Kuma. Second dock's up over here as well. Okay. And Sebastian did find gold. Res collect is higher for Sebastian because he didn't go up so fast. If you go up really fast, your eco is at the limit. Even having to garrison there leads to idle TC time in this situation for Sora Kuma. And Sora Kuma got really badly housed. Tell me it's not in the fire galleys. Okay, at least he didn't get housed with the fire galleys. He could recover with the villagers being Persians. So it's one dock from Sebastian. And I think he's paranoid there will be a sneak. I think part of that paranoia might be the score from Sora Kuma. Because you get all that score from scouting. And it almost feels like a villager or something walked down here and got 20% extra scouting. Now, look at the difference underneath the TCs. Sebastian, he's just got like 2 leftover slices of pizza in the fridge. And, I don't know, mustard. That's all he has when he opens up his fridge when he's hungry. And then Sora Kuma, you open up his refrigerator and food just falls out of it. He's got way too much stuff. All fresh, too. Nothing expired in there. And so Sebastian's going to need to leave his base eventually. I mean, once the berries are gone, lots of pressure here on him. But it is easily salvageable. He still has a few more workers. Oh, man, but we've got a galley follow-up from Sora Kuma. Galleys could be really good. But you need the mass. And so to open with fires and then go galleys, it's a little confusing to me. Also, I have to bring up again the parallels between Sora Kuma's build and MBL's build order when MBL played Veleza. It is clear to me that MBL has been training with his new teammate, Sora Kuma. Which is great to see. I'm sure both players benefited hugely. They both played incredible. Fire galleys. Need to back away, but again, the weakness of the galleys is until you have the mass, they're not necessarily all that strong. No barracks for either player. It's just going to be ships. But what happens if Sebastian doesn't win the water and then he has no food underneath the TC? I think he dies. That's what happens. That's the answer. Love the lack of hesitation from Sora Kuma here. Could easily overextend if he makes a mistake, but his confidence in his abilities. The fires are very fast, though. These are Berber ships. Makes life a little bit worrying, baby. Still 1,000 food underneath the TC for Sora Kuma before we even get to the berries. And these galleys have reached the critical mass. They need to hit and run properly. Sebastian? Ooh, look, look at what Sebastian's doing here. The fire over here has made things really awkward. It's harder. It takes more focus to focus and micro with the galleys, but once you get to these numbers, the fire ships die so fast. And even if the galleys are weak, you might never get in close, right? I think Sebastian needs something on land, honestly. But he doesn't know where to go. He doesn't have the scouting on that. Sora Kuma might not either. I think Sebastian can guess his opponents over here. He's actually going to build another dock over there. He's just going to wall up. I mean, the wall up is smart. In here, you have hunt, you have gold, you have wood. You even have an elephant. So that could actually work wonders. And Sora Kuma's not taking hunt. He's also walling up just in case land pressure comes in. Ooh, did Sebastian... I think we just missed Sebastian leaving. You guys maybe saw it. But he definitely left the middle. Right at the perfect time. Because had he tried to leave the middle at any other point, the galleys might have been able to spot him. Resources collected super even here, guys. And Sebastian's still making fires out of these docks. I think this sneaky dock puts Sora Kuma under more pressure than he's expecting. Sora Kuma wants to win the water now. He wants to take down these docks and win. But, like, Sebastian's all over him. This is definitely going to Castle Age. No doubt in my mind. This will not end in feudal. This will be very close. Sebastian's got a great position with food eco. Despite all the issues he could have. Because of his water control, he can run. He can flee the middle. He may click up to Castle Age soon. Same with Sora Kuma. Sora Kuma's galleys could kill off the fires, yes. But they have to get close to them first. And look how fast the galleys are. Sebastian is microed nicely. I know he'll lose it now. But time is such an important resource here. Both players making a market. And it's going to be double berries in the middle for Sora Kuma. Eventually, you do actually want to farm around this TC in the middle. Because you don't want to be sending vills to the outside like this. Sebastian, I think, cannot lose water in Castle. I think he has to still maintain it. A lot of the games we've seen on this map have ended very quickly. But there have been some games where it's 50-50 on water. Heads to Castle Age. Both players are dropping TCs. And this feels like it could be one of them. Very even game. Fires for Sebastian will eventually be upgraded. For now, he's trying to take down docks. But that's tough to do against Persians. Really tough to do against Persians. Their docks are so strong. Yeah, you could see a siege play in the middle. I've seen a lot of people try and go... I've seen a lot of people try and go for knights. To try and just run to the outskirts. Careful, Sora Kuma. Don't run into the TC here. They're fighting over the ostrich. Demo from Sebastian could hit, guys. Is the dock going to go down first? No way it goes down first. Those galleys are so weak. That's huge for Sora Kuma. It's going to be 10 fires for Sebastian. But he barely has the res to get War Galley. And they're both still fighting with Vills in the middle, gaining every edge they can. Only 2 docks for Sebastian. He'll make it a third. Guys, I think that this could be somewhat problematic for Sora Kuma with the amount of fires that are out there. There's a lot of fire galleys for Sebastian. If he can get War Galley, he's going to surprise his opponent here. And these galleys, they're not really going to play a big role. They don't have fletching, so they won't do much against upgraded fires. I don't think Sora Kuma is going to fully lose the water necessarily, but he's not going to win it. He could lose it badly. He hops out now. He needs to recover with numbers and produce. I'm expecting some big things, some big demos. Reminder, 17 Vills. Probably going to be around 20 in the middle for Sora Kuma. That has been his strat. Look at the amount of fires from Sebastian. War Galleys still lurking around. But do they help here without upgrades? Probably not. Intense moments. Second TC's on the way for Sora Kuma, so he can gain the eco lead there. But again, you add the Vills to the outside, that's fine. You got to keep the Vills alive in the middle. You have to get them over there. That micro was sick from Sora Kuma. He actually focused down that demo perfectly. 13 fires for Sebastian. It's only 7 for Sora Kuma. He doesn't get the hit. He doesn't get the hit he wanted. The demo for Sebastian's perfect, but the War Galleys weren't able to kill the demo in time, and Sebastian is surrounding Sora Kuma. A big demo is needed for Sora Kuma now. Sebastian knows it. Sebastian's microing. There's so many fires here, guys. And Sebastian is going to hold on, and now these Vills, like, they have nowhere to go. Demos need to stabilize this for Sora Kuma. Maybe, if he could justify it, maybe some patience with the docks. Try and mass in your docks for a little bit. But I think he's lost water. He is going to push with Siege in the middle, though. So I guess that kind of does the job to keep the villagers safe. If he has Siege in the middle. Second TC. So important, usually. I mean, the eco is just going to be way better for Sora Kuma, but... Oh my god, now he's slaughtering the Vills in the middle. Sebastian is focused on water. Wow, what a game. And now Sebastian's going to abandon the middle. Yeah, so what Sebastian needs is Sebastian needs a knight to come kill this. But if Sora Kuma has monks here, that then neutralizes the knight. It's going to be so funny. Like, Sora Kuma basically needs to farm with the middle Vills. I think that's the only thing he can do once the berries are gone. And if he does that, it's fine, but he's going to have no way to escape to the outside without getting destroyed. And then Sebastian, he can't really stop his TC from going down, but he has the water. He's going to have this TC. What a game. Who wins this game, guys? I mean, I could make strong arguments for both. Obviously, like, a great position for Sebastian because he has the water, but he can't fish with the water. Oh, man, what a save, what a save, what a save, what a save, what a save for Sora Kuma. What a save. I mean, even just that is such nice value. You got a couple kills, and now he's running. He's making a run for it. Go. Get wheelbarrow, bro. Get wheelbarrow. They don't have wheels. Well... One of the Vills might get sunburned, but they probably put suntan lotion on, so it's fine. Sora Kuma needs to get a TC up before these get found by something. Sebastian is going TC here, TC here, TC here. He doesn't really have farms yet. And now Sora Kuma goes TC here. It's such an important thing. If Sora Kuma starts to farm in the middle right now, I'm fine with this position. I still am really wondering what on earth happens with these Vills, because the berries are almost gone. There's 20 of them. It has to be farmers. That was close. That was very close. Demo could actually get converted. Thankfully for Sebastian, the ship moves away. Guys, Sebastian's on stone. Sebastian could get to camel archers. There's an issue for Sora Kuma right now, and he doesn't really have a lot of army. Looks like he did convert a fire ship there. What's the army type for the Persians going to be? I would say, as the monk needs to be careful again, this demo could easily turn around. Oh, the target's been switched. Ah! I would say like a couple fires isn't necessarily bad now, but maybe knights, camels. Probably your best plays here is the Persians. Massive eco lead for Sora Kuma in terms of workers, but the res collected is super close. There is an outpost and a siege workshop down here from Sora Kuma. I don't know. I'm seeing what Sebastian's doing with the Lycav. And I just feel like Lycav is going to add so much value here. There's still the question of what happens with these Vills. Lycav could kill the monks and the siege. And I think maybe Sora Kuma needs the same. Sometimes you feel like you have no food with the Persians because your Vills produce so fast. Sebastian finds that TC. Sora Kuma distracted because he's in 20 different spots right now. There'll be Lycav Knight for Sebastian. Eventually a castle drop, maybe. Siege for Sora Kuma. Didn't know about the TC. Now he does. I think when you show the light cav, though, you need it to be as successful as possible. You don't want to show it like in one very obvious situation where you get very little value. So there he's killing a monk. I mean, that's something. But yeah, then you also want to show up here at the same time. This is good. I think it gets converted, though. It does get converted. Sora Kuma can now use that light cav against all three of the monks from Sebastian. Go for the ones that aren't carrying the relic. Because the relic one couldn't convert. Things are getting messy. We see panic spears from Sora Kuma. There's fire galleys and there's demos. What a game. What a game. I like Sebastian's position. I know he doesn't have the vills, and we normally look at that, but look at the setup. It's pretty good for him around the outside. He's got cheap calves spamming. Sora Kuma has siege in the middle that doesn't accomplish too much now. He is coming back on water. I think Sora Kuma needs his own light cav. I think he needs some camels or pikemen. All that's fine. Actually, all of the above would be great. And there's going to be the stables for him, so that's good. Now, if Sebastian realizes water control is an issue again, he's going to have to come back there. But if he sees pikemen, he goes camel archer. Camel archer is sick here. Berbers are so good against Persians if they can get to camel archer. And, I mean, this seems like the perfect opportunity to just drop the castle here. Protects your TC, takes more stone. Look at the food bank for Sora Kuma. It's like virtually nothing with 36 on food. Persians. It's a great bonus to produce very quickly out of your TCs. But if you don't want to idle your TCs, you have no food. And guys, if Sebastian can raid the middle, there's nothing to defend these farmers soon. Except, well, maybe some fire galleys. Sebastian's producing like a madman on water. Sebastian, is he going to drop the castle in the middle? Is he going to drop it there? Dude. And then if he does not lose water control, then Sora Kuma won't be able to escape with the farmers. Sora Kuma, build some houses. Build some houses. Sebastian's going to drop the castle there. He's bringing his army here. There's no defense for Sora Kuma. There is a mangonel. But that won't be enough. All of this precious, precious farming eco is going to get picked off. The castle will surely go up. Oh, man. And Sora Kuma was massing the camels over here to defend in the south. South is no longer the issue, guys. He needs the middle. He needs to run with these vills. He needs to snag wheelbarrow before he makes a run for it. There will be camels here. There will be fires here. There will be demos here. It will all be out here. And then there will be camel archers from Sebastian. And Sebastian has been brought to the limit today. Like, he's been tested so much. But to me, he's in the better position now. He's got so much momentum to work with. I could fully picture him raiding different sides now. And the issue for Sora Kuma was he lost water control, had to spend time to recover there, and by the time he got back on water, Sebastian was there for the next play. And that next play was the light cav. Sebastian was so fast to the TCs. And who knows, like, maybe it's a weakness to win the middle. Because that farming eco didn't seem to actually help here for Sora Kuma. He can't run because the demos will boom him. Like, Sebastian's just waiting right now. Which is really sick, by the way. Sora Kuma might make a run for it. It almost looks like he's trying to hide the demos. There could be knights that raid as well. Oh, Sebastian's going to be through. Here's Sora Kuma's camels. They're taking a decent fight, but the knights have just now found another area, and poor Sora Kuma is just being picked apart. He's fallen apart in this game. Oh, no! Okay. Sebastian didn't see it. Classic just passing moment. He's too busy here. Everyone's too busy looking at something else. Everyone except for us. There we go. There's the demo we wanted. But guys, the real damage is not the demo. It's the raids. Sebastian has split up into so many different positions. He's got such good control. He's dropping another castle down here. So we'll have 2 castles to produce camel archers. And man, what a series. And the second day in a row, we've had like a big favorite, a top 5 seed, go down 2-1. Be brought to the final game. And the top name's probably gonna get the job done. I mean, I think we're a long ways away from this being called. Sora Kuma does have a lot of camels, but I've seen this before. Camel Archer v Camel. The Berber player having 4 relics, multiple castles. It's going to be really tough. And I see some people speculating what Sora Kuma could have done differently. It's honestly really hard for me to say. Like, I don't think he made any major mistakes. I think the one thing that would have helped him, instead of the siege push in the south, I would have preferred he go for a stable. Because he already had the siege in the monks, which leaves you pretty vulnerable. But not like, it's only in one spot. Wow, he actually deletes the TC now. I think when you go double siege monk push with Persians and your opponent is cheap light cav, it's never going to pan out all that well. I could have maybe tried to stop the castle, but knights were coming. So I don't think that would have worked either. Just a lot of great play from Sebastian, though. Like, guys, Persians are completely stacked. They're so good. The game plan from Sora Kuma was almost better initially with all of the with the water buffaloes. Like, that was so good. Sebastian was in such a rough spot, but he never gave up on water, guys. And now that he has the water, you can't engage against him. Demos and camel archers are waiting for you at all times. There's the castle from Sebastian. 3rd castle now. He's got the stone for a 4th. I think the only thing Persians can make against Camel Archer would be Savar. But even then, I think that it's super easy for the Berbers to just make their own camels in front of it. So Persians have to gain a lead with some type of aggression. They have good eco. They need to use Castle Age to get a lead. And what happened for Sora Kuma was he just got picked apart by Sebastian here. Sebastian just... Once he gained a small lead in one way, he just exploded. Yeah, well played to him. I mean, really fast to the town centers. Really tough early stages here. Camel Archers also mass so quickly for a unit that's this strong. And camels don't have enough pierce armor. You can't get close. Another castle for Sebastian. The ranking in this tournament is based solely on tournament results over the last year, which is why Sebastian is the 4th seed. If it surprises you he's 4th seed, look at his results, man. He's done some good stuff. Pretty crazy. I was a little surprised as well when I saw seed 4, to be honest. I thought it was going to be like seed 6, seed 7. But then I thought about it. I was like, whoa. Makes sense. Couple night raids back here from Sora Kuma. First time we've had any positives for him in a long time. So, big raids. That's good. But he is also on the way to Imp. But I don't even know if Sebastian needs the eco that he's losing. Feels like he'll eventually deal with that. Could add galleons, too. Camel Archers are only going to get stronger from here. Your best comp would probably need to be combined with Rams now. I think Siege Ram would be a game changer, but he doesn't have the food for that. Siege Ram is pretty expensive when it comes to food. And then Sebastian could just add... What are you going to ram? You're going to ram this castle? Okay, maybe. But Sebastian could add navy, like demos, fires. Probably make his own camels to deal with any siege rams as well. How funny would it be if Sora wins after all that I've said? I think I would look like a big fool. But it looks so bad for Sora Kuma. I mean, I would love to sit here. Guys, like, typically I'm looking for every way back into the game for a player, right? I'm not going to make it sound this bad for a player unless I'm completely certain. This is rough. Elite Camel Archer. Halbin Camels are going to try and engage. He has to engage because this is his eco. This is like the heart of his economy now. The Camel Archers, they could be replenished. And they're hitting and running. More camel archers are going to try and join in. There is a trap now for Sora Kuma, but is he trapping himself with the enemy, or is he trapping the enemy with him? Who's the ambulance for? I think the ambulance is for him. Would expect maybe some cannon galleons to come out from the middle now. Potentially pressure that castle. That could make a lot of sense. Yeah, these camel archers, simply too strong. Persians have the great start. They have the great eco, but you need to take that map control from the Berbers. And also, the best players rely on map control with macro. It's not just straight booming for the most part. There are some exceptions, of course. These camel archers killed 43 units. 10 units killed 43. And down here, we got another castle. Poor Sora Kuma. Man, what a player. He's so good, guys. He's got so much potential. Can't wait to see Sora Kuma play in Titans League and try and work his way up through the ranks like Sebastian did over the first 3 seasons to eventually get back up to Platinum for, you know, upcoming Season 4. He's a super, super good player. Super well prepared. Really good strategy. But Sebastian's one of the best in the world. One of the favorites for every tournament he's been in. Since early 2024, honestly. Just... I feel for Sora Kuma. He's just sitting here like, no, I almost had it. He doesn't want to call it. But, I mean, it's not looking good. Nabancho says, what's the point of deleting town centers? You delete a town center if producing villagers there is bad for their health. So, basically, if villagers would get sniped, you don't want the villagers to be there. GG! Salutes in chat for both players here. Sebastian wins. What a performance from Sora Kuma, but Sebastian moves on. And I gotta say, guys, I think that really makes Sebastian even stronger going forward. He got tested in a lot of crazy situations in this series. Think of the Golden Hill game, right? This game. I mean, game number 1, Nomad. I think for a player to still win the series and be able to look at every map now and think, ooh, okay, I can do that slightly better. I could do that slightly better. He showed me this. I think that's a really big deal. So there's no better practice than the tournament itself. Sebastian was really put to the limit there. But he gets the job done, and he moves on to the round of 16. But Sora Kuma, I'm going to make sure I find some time to send a message of appreciation for him. Send him a DM at some point. Say how good he is. I hope he keeps it up, dude. I want to see Sora Kuma continue on in a lot of big tournaments going forward. 2-1 KD there for Sebastian. Again, there was a period there where the economies were actually very even, right? It was never a massive lead in resources collected for Sora Kuma, but he had the worker lead. That was what was kind of interesting. So I guess right here it's even. Let's go here. Okay, so 20 Vil lead, but what's the res collected look like? See, res collected, Sebastian's still ahead. And I think, to what I said earlier, you have the greater food if you're Sora Kuma, but it doesn't feel like it when you have 2 TCs. You just have no food when you're booming with the Persians. But I think the game was pretty close. Game is pretty close. And then when I saw Lycav come in, and this was happening. This is where the game changed. I think if Sora Kuma played into his own Lycav, tried to play map control instead of going for a siege push, I think life gets a little bit better for him. And the Knights and the Lycav just forced so many reactions, and things got too difficult for him. I'd love to sum the series up more, but we do have more games coming. So I hope everyone enjoyed that one. We'll see where we're at in the other sets, because today is a freaking marathon.